It was a lot of fun. As I pull up my notes.
Last time we kind of started like in the middle of the fight, like 4 rounds into that fight.
Yeah.
With the gloomers. We finished up the fight with the gloomers. In the middle of it, Roland got a message from his sister who said that Nora has a letter, and that it's in Duros. And I told her we were on our way to Duros, but haven't had a chance to like follow up on that. I think because I think we did not stay. We defeated the gloomers.
Yeah, there was also a skelly wizard. We named it. I think
Yeah.
Cassandra named it.
What did we name it?
Skelly Wizard.
Skelly Wizard. Gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah.
Skelly Wizard.
And Rita was able to do some detect thoughts on it and probe deeper and found out that these gloomers were on their way to Parabor, and that they had orders to just go directly there, kill everything in the way, and when they get there, kill everything that's there, basically in preparation for someone. I think it was just a he for him to arrive. So we don't know who that is. Possibly a necromancer, maybe one of the necromancers that we've already fought, or maybe someone who's higher. We don't know. But what we're fighting, that these things were basically grunt level. And I think that Cromwell also figured some stuff out during that combat. And if you want to jump in, go ahead.
Yeah, we started looking at the gloomers and just realizing that these things were something else and created as to be gloomers. And I think we're connecting the dots that a lot of the missing people around the communities potentially are these creatures. So that's no good.
And do you want to add maybe a little bit to why Cromwell put that together for the player's sake?
Yeah. While Cromwell had been, better lax word, incarcerated at Bernolder, when he got taken by the necromancers, he ended up somewhere and in a room with a bunch of other humanoids, and they looked like they had all been like tortured and missing limbs and eyes and things. So he's just been on the lookout to see what's going on with that, and he's checking out every creature just to see if he can put some of this riddle together. But these gloomers doesn't seem to be those creatures, something completely different.
Yeah, I want to clarify. I don't think that was mentioned, or unless it was and I'm forgetting, but I think this is just player knowledge, maybe not character knowledge.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure what Cromwell has disclosed while he was looked up. Because I think I missed one session when it was first getting released, but
Wait, I'm sorry. I might have missed something. I'm so sorry. What was player knowledge? Not in game knowledge.
That Cromwell, when Cromwell was incarcerated, he was in an area, he doesn't know where he saw humanoids chained up, missing eyes or hands or both, and they seemed like they were tortured.
Yeah. I wrote down in my notes that we had some speculation that the gloomers had marks of being tortured beings, and that we suspected the gloomers might be missing people, but we didn't have any evidence of it.
So was that incarcerated in Bernholder, or after the necromancer took you away?
After Cromwell had been in Bernolder, he was taken in the middle of the night by somebody, and he's assuming it was acolytes of the necromancers, and ended up somewhere completely different. That's what he saw. He doesn't think it's in Bernolder. He thinks it's in a whole other spot.
Okay, thank you.
So somehow I wrote down that the creatures had traveled far from the south. I guess when Rita went into its mind, that might have been something that got
Yeah, I
picked
mean,
up.
these guys were. I mean, that makes sense that this group, and then we decided that we're going to head back to Parabor and try to muscle our way into the vault. So we encountered them, and we encountered another group, and it makes sense that both of these were coming from the south because we were turning around and going back north. So I mean that makes sense, but really I think one of the things that we got was that the Gloomers, wherever they were in the world, if they were sort of able to get this command, they're going from wherever they were directly to Parabor, so like through the wilderness. Maybe there's some that are up north and they're going to come in through the lake. We don't know where they're all coming from, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the purpose behind finding that out, and I actually think it was an investigation check from Roland, where the meaning behind all of it was they aren't just isolated to one specific area necessarily. They're a bit more widespread than you think, or at least that you've encountered so far, just in this kind of north corridor-ish area. They can travel, and they have been, maybe just based on, I think you found something on one of the cloaks or something, I don't know, but it just led you to believe that there's a lot of them and they're widespread.
Gotcha. Another thing we did last time was, out of game we used our inspiration, but basically we had some epiphanies regarding the tree and the map and the blood magic on it. I wrote, the tree is inconsequential at the moment, but might become important later. The map that is inside the vault is what's important. The map has red on it, and blood magic is important. That's what I wrote. And I think that inspired us to come back to Parabor with the intention of breaking into the vault.
Cassandra named her silver raven figurine Mordecai, and used him to send a message to Galana before we arrived there, just to warn her about incoming undead. And then we started traveling back to Parabor. And when we arrived, we noticed that there was like a mixture of people leaving or staying and arguing whether they should leave or stay. Probably because we are very wishy-washy ourselves. And we went to the inn. We went around to the town and called everyone to the tavern and called a meeting of minds and started trying to rally them to shore up defenses. The miners group is going to help protect the gates, I think, with Tarvik and Cromwell. And then we were talking to the leaders about, protections that they were already planning and stuff like that. And I can't remember the details of what we decided on or if we were still working it through.
I think you guys are still working it through.
I think so. It was still like quite late at night, wasn't it? And there was talk of maybe like options of leaving now, options of leaving in the morning, options of staying. I think were kind of the things being discussed. I think.
No, you're right.
I think we tended towards stay at least through the night with defenses, because I think we told some people if you can like stealth through, then do that, but I don't think these town people are going to be very stealthy, so I think we were telling people to stay and we'll help with defenses and lookouts and stuff.
And did we more or less determine that like the Gloomers attack at night, and that if it's possible to travel during the day and avoid them at night, that's better?
At this point, I think that they're all just coming, and it doesn't matter. But the Gloomers, their vision, we know that they don't have eyeballs, and that they weren't perturbed by the darkness that came out of the Skeleton. So, if you like, their vision might be something that's more limited and only in a certain radius. And if you can see during the day, you might be able to see them before they see you, and like get out of their way.
It's very
That's
smart.
interesting. That's really smart.
I think that's it. Oh, and I have an idea about the map, but we have to get there.
All right. I think just to make sure, one clarifying point is when you guys were discussing about the potential ability to break into the vault, I just want to emphasize, I think, what I mentioned earlier in our previous session, where the people who attempted to try and break in, they had an option. So they saw what was there. They saw the enchantments that Ilaria put up that I believe Roland had saw through and knew it was which type? It was abjuration and evocation. And so, they likely saw that as well. And then, they made a choice to kind of stay put, and they assumed they could defeat you guys, so that the easier option was to just kill you all, which they thought that they could do, and then get into the vault through their own magic that they use. And so, you guys sensing what Rita said about the urgency of maybe, they're going to come back and they're going to bring a full force with them, you guys decided to go back. I just want to restate,
Yeah.
and I emphasized a few words as you think about what you do. So we can go into the session. And I think right now your view is you guys are kind of discussing things in the rowdy room. Mm-hmm. And I think where we last left off, the common people here were kind of talking about the different things that they had in mind about defenses. They had all the people kind of take part in doing a few things that they were thinking about, and they wanted your input as well in terms of what to do to kind of better shore up their defenses. And so I do have a couple of options as to what you can contribute to, and this is going to be kind of along the lines of ability skill checks here that are going to help you in your defense. So I can list off what I have as the base. However, if you have something else that you would like to do that I did not list, I am absolutely all ears. So what I have right now is we have perimeter fortification. So that is the general wall that kind of goes alongside all of the sides of the town. And I'm actually going to switch maps here for you guys so that you can kind of see the town. I think that might be best while you plan. So here we have the Parabor map.
Yep.
Great. So the perimeter fortification would be the darker brown kind of fencing that's around the town. Then we have gate barricade. So those would be at the 3 gate entrances. And at this point, there's no real gate. So what the townspeople have done is that they've gone ahead and just put up some planks. So there would be gate barricade and then watchtower. So building a little bit of a high post at the gates or wherever else you would desire to get a better visual. So it would give you advantage to see further and potentially some advantage when doing ranged attacks. Actually, no, that's sniper posts. So you can do sniper posts as well, in addition to the watchtower. And you also have weapon preparation that you can do, where the townspeople have gathered any type of equipment that they might have, especially mining equipment that they have in excess, because it's a mining town, but also being able to reinforce / fortify those, so making the blade sharper to be more effective, or going in with the smithy to kind of get as much equipment as he can make. You can assist him with making so that you can arm some of the civilians. So those are some of the couple of things that you can do. But as I mentioned, if you have any additional ideas, definitely let me know. We can do those as well. But as I mentioned, this is going to be like a skill check. So how we're going to do this is each of you are going to roll a d4, and that's going to be the amount of times that you can contribute, let's say. And so for each contribution, you're going to roll a d20, and that's going to be your luck roll. So that's going to be looking for any one of the nats, nat 1 or nat 20. If you get a nat 20, you're automatically going to be able to contribute. Sorry. The nats, that luck roll is for the enemy waves. So you're going to have a few waves. And so that's going to determine enemies. And so if you get a nat 20, you're going to get automatically the lowest amount as possible, like the easiest wave. If you get a nat 1, you're going to get the hardest wave. And so we're going to do that a couple of times. And then, as I mentioned, for your contributions that you can make to any one of these defenses that I mentioned, each time you roll, you're going to roll a d20 for your contribution, and that's going to add hit points to whatever object, or if it's something outside of what I mentioned, we'll make it up as we go. But you're basically going to be fortifying with each roll that you make. And each roll is going to have to be something specific. So you guys are going to have to get creative here on what you can do. So you can explain to me what ability you're going to use and how that's going to contribute to the thing that you want to contribute. And then we'll go ahead and add up everything that you guys contribute, and that's going to affect how the waves are going to go, if that makes sense. And feel free to ask me questions as we go along. I'm more than happy to repeat. But that's kind of how we're setting this up here. So as you guys discuss amongst yourselves and the townspeople about what you want to do and how you want to take your actions in terms of preparing this town for what you know is coming, go ahead and discuss and let me know what you guys want to do.
All of it.
Yes, good answer.
Yeah, I mean, I
Do
think
we have ranged boys?
yeah, the stuff that I am best at in terms of like abilities and class features is sort of manipulating or helping other people. So I think two ideas that I have is maybe I can try to persuade some people that we're going to just get up and leave right now to instead wait until morning and like help shore up the town. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to fight and get in danger, but we can get more hands to help with building or getting or crafting or digging trenches or whatever that's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best thing to keep people safe is to keep the gloomers out. So the more we can fortify our defenses, the better. Till morning at least.
The walls and the gates.
I do think the watchtower is going to be important because we're not going to be able to defend the whole perimeter of the village at all times. So we need to be able to like see where they're coming and get people into position as quickly as we can.
So communicate where those positions need to be quickly.
Yeah, like a watchtower with runners, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Or
are the walls like? Are you able to? Is there like ladders and you can like stand on the walls, or is it just like?
There are no ladders. This is a very kind of bare bones wall.
Okay,
everything
gotcha.
that I mentioned in terms of object, the HP, the hit point base, we're going to start with 20. So that's like a little bit more than the average of a medium object. Because this is kind of like a small town. So they're not going to have like walls like Duras, unfortunately.
Are they stone or wood? Do we know?
They would be wooden. They're not going to be stone, yeah.
Sandra knows how to work like bows and crossbows, so maybe she could help train townspeople on how to use like ranged weapons and like protect their homes that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want them getting up close, right?
No.
I think that's smart.
I definitely feel Cromwell would help with fortifying defenses and building arcades and working with stone and metal and maybe even helping make some weapons. Probably more his contribution. Really fortifications. Traps.
I feel like
Ooh, a
we
trap
could like
would be cool.
trap would be really cool. I feel like what you said with the crossbows. I feel like if we look through the entire town and just had everyone who owns a ladder like collect it and like bring it up to like the position on the wall and give them a crossbow and make a network of people that can shout and be looking out, that might be a helpful thing. I like the idea. I can take on the watchtower to kind of oversee building some of these like small points along the wall in order to try to get people to man them and be secure and
If you want a suggestion, Roland, I have one for you.
What did you say?
If you want a suggestion, I have one for you.
Yeah, what you got for me?
I know how you like working with Grocknart. You can maybe work with him to make alchemist fires or something that people can throw.
That'd be smart, yeah.
I was gonna say something for Cromwell, maybe. Like you're a commander. You can whip these this militia up into a better, more effective force, right?
I come up with ideas, but I'm not really good at articulating them. So I think if we work together and we could come up with plans, and you let the people know what we're doing.
Oh, so you're promoting me to battlefield commander, and you're the general.
Sure.
Oh, this is exciting. Aye, aye, general.
Just explaining things and getting people to go do what needs to be done. I think that's more of a Rita thing.
And if you guys have ideas for Tarvik, please say them as well, because I'm not gonna. This is kind of what I was alluding to. If you can think for Tarvik,
right.
Yeah. Could Tarvik call upon the powers of Talos to brew up a mighty storm and turn the whole of the area outside the town into difficult terrain because it's just this torrential rain and it just turns everything to mud?
Aren't they fighting right now? Him and Talos.
They're not on good terms.
He'd end up lighting the whole town on fire.
Well, I mean, lightning bolts might not be bad either.
Well, yeah, just helping fortify maybe with some sort of magical, because I can't do magic, so we know these things better against practical weapons. So if there is magic in any of our defenses, would probably be a good idea. So if anything Tarvik could do, imbue anything that we could.
Maybe he can make that trap.
And I also think we need to plan for the worst, that if the walls get breached, we need to have a plan of falling back and choke points and a meeting place to potentially have a last stand here.
Probably at the church, right? At the Holy Beacon.
Whatever best defensible.
Either that or the Rowdy Room.
Or perhaps Alaria's house.
It's true.
I mean, depending on if these things can swim, if we get boats, are those ready at our back, and we can send people across the lake as a last resort just to save as many people as we can. Also to watch that,
because like a kids and old people safe place, like people that can't fight.
Yeah, this is turning into Titanic. Put the women and children on boats.
Yes.
Yeah, things could go south real quick.
You're our future.
This is a little bit outside of the sort of prescripted what we're discussing, but I, for one, would be a lot more helpful in the next fight if I got at least a short rest.
I'm just gonna tell you all too, I am very tapped and a short rest isn't gonna help me. I'm just assuming I can't get a long rest for this fight.
Well, a
And
long rest for
I-
you is like 4 hours, right?
I need to rest for 8. I need to be
Okay.
asleep. I need to be
Sleep.
unconscious for 4. I need to rest for 8. But yeah, I mean, I was just putting that out there. I did not want to take over the fact that you could benefit from a short rest, and maybe other people can too. But I'm just letting y'all know I don't have many spells left.
Well, maybe
Oh.
the people that really need the rest now. Those of us that are fortifying, so when really the heat of the battle and we need you, at least you've had a bit of rest.
DM, just mechanics wise and how this is going to work.
Mhm.
Do we really need to pick one thing and focus on it, or is there
No.
like if we
So
roll
you
well, we
have-
might be able to do multiple things? or-
Yes, so you have the d4 that you're going to roll that's going to determine how many times you can contribute. And so if you decide to put all eggs in one basket, you totally can do that. If you want to distribute, you can do that as well.
So we can do up to 4 things that we can roll separately for potentially.
Yeah, I might actually change that. I might give you a d6. I'll give you guys a d6 roll.
But if we wanted to, we could say, and like say we rolled a 6 or something, we could say 4 out of those 6 all go to one important thing
Yep,
in order to make it better.
yep. But you have to be creative in how you do things. So for each person, you need to have a different skill. Like Roland, if you decide, hey, I'm going to contribute everything to Watchtower, you need to contribute with different ability checks for the Watchtower.
For each roll.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, and would be taking a short rest. Would that just take up one of our dice rolls?
That would, yeah. Can
My
you guys
top
see
3.
Tarvik's full sheet?
Maybe.
Nope. I just see his picture.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys access so that you guys can look at what he has so that you can determine how you want him to contribute while he's away right now.
I think he's strong, so he should work on like building.
Can you see it now?
Maybe.
Tarvik say
It's
when we
loading.
first were here that he might have a spell that could protect the city for a little while. He just needed components.
Maybe like hallowed ground.
I think he needed to sleep. I don't think it was prepared.
Oh.
I think Alana suggested it, but yeah.
So he's got really good insight, medicine, and perception. So maybe with medicine, he can, I mean, not necessarily make healing potions, but make,
Trauma center.
yeah, like a trauma center and, be able to do first aid and get people back into the fight if they need it.
A healing kit, like little healing kits, and distribute them and
Yeah.
set up. I feel like again the church might be a good place for taking wounded as a fallback position.
Yeah.
Or sorry, my internet's hanging up, y'all. Just so in case I cut out, that is why.
Okay.
But
Or the miners' boarding house, probably.
possibly, yeah.
Because it's set up like a,
What's
I don't know, like a
Damn.
hotel, right?
what's the biggest building in the town?
It'd probably be the miners' boarding house. It's a lot of miners.
Is
And
it
some of them
is
have
it def-
left already, or have all of them stayed?
I think you would gather a handful. So by handful, maybe 20 people have left thus far.
Oh boy, Tarvik. You've arrived at a lot of decisions. We're trying to
he's
decide on
here?
how we want to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I just came in. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're
Yeah.
good. All right, I'm gonna change access to just him again.
Okay. All right.
We're
We're trying to decide what you would focus on in setting up defenses for the town. We thought about like medical kits or a trauma center. I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably something like that. I was trying to think of that over the week. and I couldn't think of much in the form of defense without like somehow getting like additional supplies, right? Like I could make a zone that would be free of undead, but we would need to pay money for more supplies. There's there's just things like that. So I
Well,
think
maybe Grocknar has it, or Galana does.
I think we checked earlier before we were like, yes, we need to defend the town like 2 sessions ago. And he did not have those supplies.
Yes,
As
you're
far as I
correct.
know.
He didn't have what you needed.
Mhm.
But he has other stuff. If you want to look at. Just let me know if you are thinking of something, and I'll tell you if Grocknard or Monty has it.
Okay.
Because those are your two likely sources of materials: the Clone Stopper and the Pegleg Trading Post.
Okay.
On that note, DM, I think last time you said Draknar had a spell that I was wanting.
Yes, and you can have that. Yeah.
Scrolls.
I can have the spell scroll, and can I also have the material components I would need to copy it into my spellbook?
Yes, he would have that for you as well.
Thank you so much. I'm adding that to my inventory.
All right, Cassandra's top 3 are make bows and arrows, train people on bows and arrows, and set up pitfall traps outside of town.
Roland's top 2 are make some kind of magical bombs with Grocknar and then build the watchtowers.
Rita has like recruit people to help out, and then boot camp.
I love it.
And I think Cromwell would definitely want to do fences, as well as once the fighting starts, making sure we can move people where we need to and just control the battlefield.
All right. And so we'll give Tarvik some time to think about what he wants to do. But Oh, go ahead.
I think if we're doing top 2, I would say Tarvik's top 2 or 3 are going to be essentially producing as many healing potions as possible during the time, prepping a space where injured people can hopefully stay safe, and if we can get them off the battlefield, and possibly working with some people to actually try to get some, like, when someone gets injured, they can quickly run in and bring people back.
Mm-hmm. I will say, actually, I'll give you some more thinking time if you guys want. Actually, this is a good point for it. We can do like a quick, like less than 10-minute break and come back at the 30-minute mark. And then if you guys want to hear. Okay, so a little bit of time to think. So let's start with everyone's roles in how much they can contribute. Oh,
I did have one other idea.
Go ahead.
Which was like weapon attacks don't work really well against the gloomers, so maybe I don't think you can use it in this way, but maybe if we could produce a bunch of holy water and they could like soak their bolts or arrowheads in holy water and shoot those, that might make any sort of militia force more effective and helpful.
Holy water requires a ceremony spell.
I would have. I don't know. It depends if we're doing this on today or we're doing it on a new day.
I think it's today.
Potentially Galana might have something.
Yeah, then I wouldn't.
And see what happens.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that's an option.
Might be.
Yeah, it's true. You can also talk to Galana.
Also needed a rest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to anybody in town. So just let me know if you like want to ask someone if they can assist with what you're thinking of. All right. So I wrote in a handout here that I showed to everyone. I'm also going to update this with everything that you guys tell me that you want to do. So I like to go alphabetical always because it makes things easier. So Cromwell, go ahead and roll your d6 to determine how many times you're able to contribute. 2.
Oh,
Lovely.
brutal.
Okay. Next up, Cassandra. Hey, we're getting better.
Yeah.
Rita. Okay, we didn't go back.
Okay.
Roland. Oh no, we did go back. And Tarvik. All right, pulling in 4. All right, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4. Great. All right, so now we'll go to a bit more complicated part with each contribution. So again, let's go alphabetical, but we're gonna do, to kind of keep everyone engaged, we're just gonna go in order for each time, and then a few of you will have a few more rounds. But Cromwell, for your first contribution, go ahead and roll a d20 and let me know what you're contributing. What skill are you using to contribute to what? Nice.
I was going to probably use my survival skill, I was assuming, to fortify gates, find materials around town, wood, iron, anything, and just really fortify the gates would be my first thing.
Okay, awesome. So let's do gates. Okay, gates, and you rolled a 17, so that's going to add 15 from the base, so plus 15 on gates. Very cool. And what skill is it that you're using?
I was thinking like a survival skill.
Yeah, for sure. Describe to me how you're using your survival.
Just going all through the town, finding materials, beds, doors for wood, and finding scrap metal, and then just starting to build ramshack best I can, actual fortifications between the watchtowers there, or
Yeah, absolutely.
the posts, and just really fortifying them as best I can.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm dumb. You're not rolling a d20 for the thing. You're rolling your ability check. Sorry, but
Oh, okay.
go ahead and roll your ability check. We'll take the highest of the 2 numbers because that's my flub. Great. So it'll still be 17. All right. So Cromwell goes ahead and contributes in this way, and we go to Cassandra for your contribution.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Oh, do you need me to repeat?
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
My mouse
just
died.
your-
Had to run and grab a charger.
No problem. Just your contribution. So we're gonna go back and forth for everyone.
Okay. I want to look or trying to armor everyone for with bows and arrows. So searching with investigation.
Like finding
Yeah, like
materials or
scouring the
people?
town to find all the bows and arrows in town, like all the
Nice.
hunters and all the stuff, the materials too. Okay.
Armed citizens, absolutely. Go ahead with your investigation.
Oh, the mouse is still not working. You might have to come back to my roll in just a minute.
Oh, okay. All right, and I'll say this falls into the category of not necessarily HP, because you're arming as many citizens as you can. So let's
Is there like a
see.
damage one? Or-
Yeah, let's do. We can say that now everyone's damage will increase proportionally to your roll. It's not going to be your roll
Okay.
number, but just like how I have partitioned out each roll to add a certain amount of HP, we'll follow that roll, and each time they attack, they can add that much damage.
I got it.
Nice.
Nice one.
Very awesome. Okay. So that's going to be 20 that they can add. Here. Let's see. Armed citizens plus 20. Armed citizens. Those, let's see. Okay. We have Rita.
Okay, I'm going to run around the town and try to, like, you know, people that aren't helping out. I'm going to try to persuade them to come help out. And I think I want to. I guess what I want to get them to do is help with the watchtower.
Okay. Watchtower.
Okay,
Go ahead with
persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Oh,
All right. 11. That is going to be. Okay, so helping with the watchtower. All right, so we'll say that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. Give me ideas if you guys have any, because I'm rolling bunches here.
I mean, my thought here was that I was going to just gather a bunch of people to get started working on it and putting it together and constructing it.
Like give
Okay.
Roland advantage on the construction, or because is that what Roland was?
Well, and I had said that, but I think I was more interested in the sniper tower than the watchtower. I think I just misspoke.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Rita's putting together that network of people that understands how to use it and getting it built and doing all of that.
Yeah, and the more you contribute to either or watchtower or sniper, the greater the distance. So the base distance is going to be 60 feet from if you start at the very edge of the wall, or if you build inside the town, that would be 60 feet from wherever the watchtower is. And then each time you add, you'll be adding an additional 5 feet to be able to see. So the more that you input, the greater the distance you'll be able to see, and the taller the watchtower.
Okay. So maybe it's a short tower right now.
So right now you're like gathering materials and getting the base.
Okay.
So let's say this contribution is you go ahead, rally people, and this is the first half of the construction, so materials. So you have 1 out of 2 to build the base structure of the watchtower. So this is 1 out of 2 of base of tower. So if someone contributes again, you would have 60 feet for the watchtower. And then we go to Roland, who I think is doing watchtower.
Well, we talked about that. 60 feet's kind of doesn't seem like it's going to be very helpful in this. I mean, I can still roll to complete it, but I don't know. I'm just doubting how helpful that's going to be.
I might have something that could improve the range of it later on, if that's helpful at all.
Okay, I'll go ahead and then I would like to contribute to helping put together the watchtower. Roland's skills are in intelligence-based things like nature and investigation and history and arcana. And I think I'm going to use an arcana check for my next one. So, Roland, I feel like it's a stretch to like make an argument for how history could help with this.
Make it.
Make it anyways.
Go ahead.
So Roland is going to conjure his engineering knowledge from a book and his studies on medieval fortifications, and in particular on the structural the structural math that is required to make a tower quickly and efficiently, and would like to use that to draw up a schematic for the townspeople to follow for this watchtower in order to help them go quicker with it. And using a
Absolutely.
history roll.
I don't know why you hesitated on that. That's great.
Yeah, it's a good roll.
Nice. Okay. I will say you make a good point. 60 feet is the average range for visual. So let's say you have, let's say the base of it is, you get an additional, when you complete this tower, as you did with the history check, you get a base of 100. So you now have 100 feet.
Do we generally feel like the tower is going to be able to see things approaching from like a very small section of the wall, or like do we feel like how good of a gauge do we feel like the wall is covered with this one watchtower?
Rephrase
that
your
makes
question?
sense.
Sorry, I don't think
Well,
I understand.
Well, I guess like the whole point of the watchtower is to see them coming and give a
Yes.
signal so we know they're coming.
Yes.
I feel like the further the watchtower can look out, the more bits of the wall is covered. Like if they come from the attack from the side and we build it on the north, like it's not going to be effective to see that. So the more range it has, or the more towers we have, or something like that, feels like the more effective the watchtower is at actually doing its job, which is to spot them coming.
Absolutely.
So do
So
we
location
feel-
matters. So where do you guys want this watchtower?
Well, it would seem like we would almost prefer to have
South?
like several small ones than one really super tall one.
So that's up to you guys to decide.
I would agree with that.
Really
Yeah.
small ones.
Yeah,
For
I
the
think if we
gates?
just focused on the gates, around the
Mhm.
gates, or even if you don't want to do gates, if you want to do like one like there,
Yeah. Probably in
One-
between the gates.
yeah, like in between the gates there, and then like one maybe up on this high point, so they have the best chance of seeing something before they get to
Mhm.
like the weak point being the gate.
So I guess between my and Rita's role, instead of trying to build a tall tower, can we pick like a few like minimally tall like lookout points that are just as tall as the wall, and maybe get more than one? PM?
Yes, I'll say if you want shorter ones, what's the distance that you're looking for?
Well, base distance is see anything 60 feet, right? So
Mhm.
let's say we're just trying to get a person on top of the wall to see over it, and they can see out 60 feet.
Then yes, your 2 rolls you can divide into 2, and you could have 2 towers if that's what you want.
Okay, let's start at this northmost peak, like you all said, to watch this gate.
Mhm.
And then let's pick one of the other 2 gates at hopefully a good point. Maybe here.
All right. So
And then if we can get more, we
Mhm.
can fill it in.
Oh, darn. I am not in the right layer here. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, you can just draw from me. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. So you have 2 lovely towers now, and we go to traffic.
Okay. I feel like, well, since we're working on the towers, I feel like I'll do my contribution to the towers now as well. My plan was, it's not quite citizens boot camp, but sort of off of the watchtower. Because we fought these things before, because we've seen what they look like when they move, and they kind of sway a little bit. They don't really have direct pathing a lot of the time. They kind of move in a strange way. Working with the people who are going to be on those watchtowers and sniper posts to better understand and see them a little bit farther away, so that we can get maybe a bit more range out of them. Even if they're not seeing them directly, just seeing like little signs like, grass moving in certain directions, or I don't know what else, but just things like that.
And what skill is this?
Perception.
Yes, go ahead. Nice. All right, so that's 20. We'll say you add 20 feet of distance for each watchtower, since this is a generalized kind of thing for the watchtower for everyone who ends up manning them. Very nice. All right, so everyone has contributed at least once. Now we go to the second round of contributions. So back to the top, Cromwell.
I think just setting booby traps around town and in front of the gates. Thinking like using like a sleight of hand or something. Go check out the trading post, see if they have like old bear traps, and digging out maybe some pits and putting like spears, like fall traps and stuff like that. So
Yes.
just around there. But
The trading post
I
would
would-
have traps.
I would also give my hunting trap as well, because I have one
Yeah.
still that weighs a ton.
Yeah.
Nice.
and then
yeah.
so yeah, just anything like that, just to kind of hide them. Thinking if I use my sleight of hand to
Nice.
use that so that we couldn't
Absolutely.
perceive it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Ooh, very nice. All right, I'll say you can go ahead and place. How does, like, let's do 15 traps. How does that sound? Go ahead and place them.
Sure, just
on
of
the
like
map.
varying.
Yes. So you have you can
okay.
you can set up bear traps,
15.
and I would denote with color, just so that when we're describing things, we can add some flair to it with each type of trap. For the pits,
Sure.
if you're gonna dig, they're not gonna be super deep, unless you
No.
want to trade. Yeah, okay. Unless you want to do like some kind of trades off where, you can dig a super deep pit so that they can't get out. But these would be fairly shallow enough that they can climb out if they so choose and they roll high enough.
Yeah, I'd probably narrow, just like maybe one or two use at most, but that's what I was thinking.
All right, so you
but
can
have
go
a
ahead and mark it on the
around
map.
there. Sure. I'll start marking the map and go from there. So if you guys want to move to the next one, it'll take me
Nice.
a little bit to do all 15.
Yeah, and then just
But
let
that's
me
what I'll
know
work on.
let me know what each color
Each-
denotes.
Thing is, sure. With that though, like what I was talking about, like maybe using holy water. I don't know if there's any magic that anybody can use as well. If there's any like, alchemy, even like explosives or something I can use like as a mine. I don't know. That's kind of beyond what I can do. But if somebody has that, I could definitely hide them.
I think Roland's about to work with
I'm-
Brocknark about that.
I was going to ask the DM some questions about the extents of what I can reasonably do on
Sure.
my turn.
Yes, yeah,
So-
we can have
So-
a
So
discussion.
definitely, yeah.
I'll save a couple spots for something magical then. And if Roland rolls well and has some stuff, then I'll grab maybe 3 or 4 things. I'll just leave some slots for whatever that magic might be.
All right, awesome.
Everything else will
So,
just kind of be practical.
very good. Next, we go to Cassandra.
So can I train people on bows by using my bow so beautifully that they know they can see my technique?
What ability check would this be?
An attack roll.
I'm gonna say you need to use an ability roll.
All right.
So if you can finesse some
Um,
type of ability to
All
train.
right. Would dexterity work or
It's very acrobatic, what you're trying to
acrobatic? Okay.
Well,
Uh,
describe
that's
to me
dex-
how you're using this skill.
I want to teach them how to use the bow by using the bow really well and like describing the nuance of using the bow from my expertise with it. So I'm not
Yes.
sure what skill that would be.
Maybe like sleight of hand for something like that, where you're just showing off
Yeah,
like
that
the nuance movements and how to manipulate the object.
All Is that what you want to do, Cassandra?
Sure, I can do that.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Aw, that's a really low
Surprising.
roll for me.
Yeah, very surprising for you. So I'll say it doesn't really give them too big of an edge. When they attack, they'll go ahead and be able to add, let's say, like 5 points to their hit.
Cool. And then I want to make sure. I mean, that I've already distributed the bows and arrows and made sure. So I'm trying to train the people. So kind of placing them distributed throughout the town, like maybe on the rooftops and stuff like that, so that if something gets into town, they can protect their people. And then whoever is like guarding the gates should also have bows and arrows.
Like stockpiling.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing for that?
That was the last turn. I got all the bows and arrows with my investigation, and so I have the stockpile. I'm just saying I want the stockpiles like.
Go ahead and
around.
mark where you want the stockpiles and choose a different color than what is already on here. And then we go to Rita.
All right. This time around, I'm gonna go into drill sergeant mode and round up a bunch of the different villagers and put them through boot camp. Really just trying to kind of like break them down, give them some discipline, so that when these like undead monsters show up, they're able to keep their keep their resolve. Exactly, handle their shit, and not break and run, and just be sort of more effective and keep calm and in fight, and maybe give them like a little bit of like tactics at the same time.
Interesting. And what are you using for this?
Intimidation.
No, I love it. like a real boot camp.
Yeah. Uh huh. Okay, gonna roll. There we go!
Snap. Holy hell.
There we go.
Rita coming in for the win.
Wow.
All right, I will say with this roll, every citizen who encounters will absolutely fight, and there's no chance of anyone being afraid and running away. You are too scary.
There's bloomers and zombies and skeleton wizards, but none of that's the worst thing that can happen to you tonight. The worst thing that can happen to you is me.
Yes, 100%. And inspiration for giving some flair to what you're doing.
I love it.
Nobody runs away. Lovely. All right, next up, Roland.
Okay, so Roland would like to go get Grocknard
Mm-hmm.
and would like to sit with him for a little bit and in his shop and maybe look at the inventory there. And he'd like to make an Arcana check to try to make some kind of magical bomb or bombs, some kind of magical thing. There is definitely not an ability that my character has at this level that they've invested in to allow them to be able to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure mechanically like the extent of what is going to be allowed for this. In terms of like it would just make a lot of, I guess, flair.
Yes.
So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that, DM. Can I make little?
Let's do it.
Cantrip
Go ahead and roll your
bombs?
Arcana. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Ooh, very good. You guys are getting
Nice.
some nice rolls. Yes. Okay, so I won't say the details of what Grocknar has because I don't know what would constitute a magical bomb, but we'll say he has enough materials you're able to kind of work through and test and experiment. And with that roll, I'll say you get, let me look at my tier here. You get 20 little magical bombs. I'll say because you're scrounging up with whatever he has and you don't necessarily have magic to infuse it, it's going to deal let's say, roll a d20 for me. If it's below a 10, if it's 10 or below, it'll deal 5. It's 11 or higher, it'll deal 10. Okay, so it's going to be 5.
What? I didn't remember what you said at first. No, that's 5.
So you have, oh shoot, how many did I say that you have? You have 20. You have 20 of these bombs,
I have 20
each dealing 5 points of damage.
Okay, I'm going to give them to, I guess, I guess I'm going to go find, gosh, was it Tarvik that was doing the traps?
Cromwell.
Cromwell.
No.
Sorry, Cromwell.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find Cromwell. Cromwell!
What do you got going on, Roland?
It's right here. This right here. It's going to explode.
Right now.
Handle with care.
Yes, probably a good idea. But I know you were making some traps, so how can we use these? Should I give them to the archers? Would you like a few?
Well, I have room for a cluster of 3 areas for them, so you can take maybe. You said you have 20 of these.
I have 20 of them. Yes.
So if you want to give me 9, then I'll make 3 clusters of minefield, and then the rest can be doled out to people with some range attacks for sure. This is a good job, Roland. You did really good.
I'm good. I'm glad. All right, I will give Cromwell 9, and then I will go find Cassandra Cassandra, and find her best archers that she's training, and give the other 11 to them,
Nice.
including Cassandra. She would like them.
I'll take one and then share it out.
Very awesome.
Mhm.
And I'll
Last
say
10 just to
inspiration for RPing that as well. And then we go to Tarvik.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to work with Galana
Mhm.
on training up those people in the medical center. I think obviously I know basic bites and things. I think the big thing is trying to train them with how to deal with necrotic damage, which these things definitely deal, and is probably not something a lot of
Common folk.
the
know.
very yeah, it's too uncommon of a damage type. It's not like your child comes in and just is like, oh no, mommy, I have necrotic damage all over my hand, right? So I think especially that, and focusing on that and how to handle it, how to prevent it from getting worse and things like that.
Absolutely.
So that would be
You're using
medicine.
medicine? Yes. Go ahead.
Yes.
All right. 14. That's in the middle of my tier. Let's say for your training that you did for the citizens, they are able to heal 10 points for anyone who goes to the people that you trained. So your first responders are able to heal 10 points. We'll say 10 plus 10 points healing. And so when anyone gets injured and... Oh, this is interesting. So if someone gets injured, they're not going to run unless someone with authority, which at this point seems to be Rita, tells them to go, because they are gung-ho to fight.
I did mention that I wanted to give some tactics as well. I don't think I talked through that.
Okay.
But what I wanted them to do is to be spread out. So don't be too close to each other. And then if any of the gloomers get near them, I want them to disengage and run away.
Okay.
So that they don't stay close to a gloomer.
If close contact, run away. But keep fighting.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay. Great. So do you let them also know that if they get hurt and they're like on death. They feel like they're on death's door to go and get healed because there's some people who have been trained.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Great.
Yeah, sure.
All right. That way, Tarvik's training doesn't go to waste. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Cassandra. You have one more that you can do. One more contribution.
Huddle team. What do you want my last contribution to be? I was thinking I still have maybe a sniper tower or pitfall traps. I know we already have some traps, though.
Do we just want our walls to be better?
Or the gates,
Yeah,
barricade the
walls
wall,
or
or fortify the
gates.
perimeter. Very basic stuff.
I don't really have. Let me think. My skills left. We have some perceptions, stealth. Maybe I could set up like camouflage for the people,
Ooh,
or
that's smart.
acrobatics. I still have. I'm not sure how I could use that.
You could use that with like setting up pitfall traps, and like you test them out and use your acrobatics to make sure that they work. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Or acrobatics to get up on top of the precarious wall to like fortify it.
Oh, there you
To
go.
help with that.
That's good.
Is that like barbed wire or something? No, that's not a thing,
I mean-
probably, but
Maybe like you could like hide like knives and stuff like at the top of the walls or something. I don't know. But or just tying them together.
Break a bunch of bottles and
yeah,
get jagged
climbing the walls. Yeah.
blast up top.
Yeah. You just climb up them and like just take ropes and like put it together anywhere it's like breaking or needs reinforcement or something like that. Or
Yeah. I like that idea. I feel like no one's worked on the walls, and this is a big town. Well, it's a little town, but there's a lot of wall. So I will work on the walls, using my acrobatics to like climb up and like send ropes down and like pull ropes up and to bring up supplies and work at the top parts of the sections while the other townspeople work on the bottom parts.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Nice. All right. So on the upper end of the tier here. All right. So you're gonna add 15 health to the wall, the entire wall.
Amazing. Love it.
All right, and then we go to Rita, who has one contribution as well. One more.
I'm thinking I should just use this to rest. Do a short rest.
All right, short rest, contributing to the health
Smart.
of the team.
Anyone thinks that I should not?
nope, that's
absolutely.
smart.
Can we do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really smart.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna go rest. I'm gonna go into Ilaria's house, and I am going to take a nice bath and get all soapy, and finally get this
Iker.
no, it's the fish oil.
Oh,
my
yes,
gosh,
the
that's
perfume.
right. Oh man, Rita must
I'm so
be
glad
just
that got
wrecked. Fish oil and the ichor. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's helping with the intimidation roll.
It did, yeah. Oh, I should have given you advantage. Oh. Well, inspiration for
I would have
the
had
very,
disadvantage
very,
on my persuasion checks, so it evens out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Inspiration for your lovely recall and ensuring that Rita definitely did not forget about the fish oil.
Well, I already had inspiration
Yes.
from 2 minutes ago.
Oh man! All right. Well, sorry, it doesn't stack. Not this time. All right.
My gosh, my
Wow.
Oh.
That's unlucky.
How about this? You can
There we go.
you can re-roll one of your nat ones. How about that?
No, I'm good. I have plenty.
Okay. And then Roland, you don't have Tarvik. You have 2 more.
Go Tarvik.
You might be on mute.
You are.
I am on mute. I was talking to nobody. I was gonna say, let's do the easier, the more likely to get approved first. Making healing potions, working with one or both of the shops to get as many supplies as we can, and maybe even using some of the people who are going to be working in the trauma center to basically like help make them the best we can. Just like kind of monitoring and keeping track of things as they're making them. So that would be herbalism kit.
And what ability skill would you?
It would be, I guess, a tool set. It'd be herbalism kit.
Oh, like your
specifically.
proficiency.
Is that? Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I'm proficient in.
Absolutely.
Do you know what attribute do I use for that?
That probably. Oh, that might be medicine, which you already used. Unless you want to use like a dexterity, like sleight of hand.
It's wisdom,
Well, so
right?
it's a yeah. Well, yeah. So I just need. So, yeah. I don't. That's the thing, right? So it's a separate tool, right? Like I'm proficient with herbalism. Like it would be the equivalent of like Cassandra using thieves' tools, if that makes sense. But I don't know what would it use dexterity or would it use wisdom to make them?
If you want to use straight wisdom, you can. But I feel my gut led towards medicine, but you can't use medicine.
Okay. And
Because you already
we can't
used
use
it.
I mean, we can't use tools because that's separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just roll straight wisdom then.
Okay, you can make an argument for something that you might have a higher ad for. Just convince
Yeah,
All right.
Arcana. That could work.
me, yeah.
No, Arcana is not high. All right. I'm gonna make an argument. This is a little bit of a rough argument. Because I am helping or having help with a lot of relatively untrained hands with the new people, sometimes it's a lot less about watching the potion and more watching their reaction to the potion change. So I think it would be an insight check to get better reactions quicker from across the room on when Tarvik needs to go over and help make potions.
Absolutely, I love that.
Okay.
Inspiration for the creativity. I like that stretch.
Woo.
Ooh,
Already have it.
Oh,
dang. Okay. We'll say, oh, this is crazy. You get 20 common healing potions just because that's a fucking nat 20 and that rocks.
Great.
I'll take them all.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tarvik takes them all. Joke's on you.
Runs away.
Does anyone? I have 2 regular healing potions and 2 greater currently in my inventory. Does anyone need any healing potions before we just distribute them to the town people?
I actually have a ton.
I have one
Okay.
common.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I have a superior,
should take-
2 greater, and 3
Oh,
common.
dang.
Girl!
Okay, so
You're just hoarding over there.
Yeah.
for real.
I always hoard
Roll
potions, I'm sorry.
I don't
Roll
have
and
any
take one
potions.
for sure. How is Rita doing?
Oh my god, Cromwell just said
I
he had
have-
none, and Cassandra, you're like, I have this many.
I have
It's
I have
okay.
2 greater healing potions.
I'll use
Okay.
them on you.
I'll take 2 as well. So then we'll do 17 kind of just hoarded in the trauma center for the worst off. And I'm gonna trust that Galana knows what the worst off looks like there. And then for my
Galana's
last
pretty
one,
badass.
yeah, no, for real. But for my last one, maybe some others people know what check this would be. So here's my thought. I think that we need to try to keep pressure off of the wall, and these things are kind of dumb and also very close oriented. So my thought is, if I can ritually cast Walk on Water on some of the people, they can walk onto the water out in the lake, fire on them from outside of the gate, and then those monsters will then walk into the water thinking that they can get to them, and then we have less pressure on the wall.
Well, that sounds like a deception check to me.
Yeah. I
Oh
think
boy,
so.
yeah,
Or
That is-
performance, or
both bad, but I'll roll them if you feel like that's fair.
or Arcana. Well, you say you didn't like Arcana.
I mean, Arcana's slightly better than Deception. I'll say that. Could I argue? Let's see. What do I have?
Could you do like a nature check instead of getting them out into the water, just getting I don't know, getting some sort of something set up in the woods that's like making movement and sound that'll draw the attention of the gloomers and get them to go there instead of just straight to attack some of them.
I could. I don't have anything in nature either.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Intelligent.
Here's what the only thing that I have a proficiency in that I have not used yet is history and intimidation. And I think if that's not going to work, I think the better plan then is I'm just going to use athletics to put some more effort into the wall. Then, if that
I
sounds
like
good,
that
just like
too.
reinforcing it.
Yeah, the wall needs work.
The wall does need work. So yeah, we'll do that. Oh, there's the other side.
Oh. All right, with a 6, you add 5.
I mean, do you have inspiration? Do you wanna try?
I do have inspiration.
You could.
I'm gonna save it.
All right.
I know we probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna save it.
All right. Wall reinforcement, athletics, and like I said, there was a 6 add. All right. So let's take just a quick, do another 10. So at the 25-minute mark, let's come back while I kind of wrap up all these notes to make sure that I have all the totals correct. Sound good? All right. So I did reshare the handout in Roll20, and so you guys hopefully can see the updated stats, if you will. And so you've worked on the gate, so it has a bit more strength. Same with the walls as well. You have 2 posts north and west, with both having 80-foot visual expanded. And you guys have some traps and some that might be a little bit nastier because of the magical bombs. For the citizens who are enlisting to help fight, they won't run away, and they have some basic tactics to spread out, and if they're injured, to kind of back up and get some healing as well. And they're going to be able to deal more damage thanks to the training. And then for the healing, we have our first responders being able to heal, actually, as well as having some common healing potions that have been dispersed. I did have a question about the location of the medical tent. Where did you want to position it?
If everyone's okay with it, I just put a purple square on the map. You can go there. Does that work?
Okay.
Do we want it a little more north? Like maybe
Put it next to my
here, just so
arrows.
it's not so far away from the
Yeah, we can do that.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like it should be inside of wherever we're going to retreat to, right? So that the wounded are like already protected if we have to like fall back there and we don't have to attempt to move
Right.
the wounded.
No, we
Maybe-
need them out
maybe-
there to slow down the gloomers.
Well, then, the Holy Beacon is where Galana's at, right?
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, maybe, but I'm sure
Yeah.
she would set up wherever we told her to. And we had discussed. I think the Holy Beacon's a really good
The-
option.
Yeah, the
Or-
I
Holy
the
Beacon's
miners
a great
boarding
place.
What?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
No, I was gonna say no. Like the Holy Beacon looks like a great spot.
Yeah,
that's fine.
it's pretty central, and yeah, so we'll just go there.
All right.
Are they is this north, south, east? Like, is this the correct alignment for things? Because don't we think they're coming from the south?
Oh, you're 100% right. Yes. Sorry, they are not northwest. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, you have to flip the map,
It's
Olivia.
upside
Yes, you have to.
down. Okay.
Yeah,
You have to
look
flip
at
it
it
right
upside
now.
down.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're totally right. South and
I was
east.
confused. Alright, thank you.
But visually, from our godlike perspective,
Yeah.
map north, map west.
Mhm. I wish I could see the world like this in general, like as I was going
As like a
around,
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, red squares, pitfall, brown circle, bear traps. Okay, cool. Blue is
One-
bow and arrow. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing that I want to do is run around and find Cassandra,
Mhm.
and I want to cast Dark Vision on Cassandra.
Nice.
How long does that last for?
8 hours.
Oh my god. This is amazing, Rita. You've had this all along?
I've had this since Brantifax Manor, and you've just, I don't know, it never seemed like a good time.
I think every time it's nighttime, you just need to cast it.
I can't do it. Like, I've got 2 left.
Oh, it's not like a daily thing. I don't know how your spells work.
No, this is my boon. This was my boon. You got like fancy weapons and stuff, and I can make Cassandra see in the dark.
Thank you. This is a great time for this. Thank you.
On that note, DM, has it been 8 hours since we fought the Gloomers outside the walls?
Let me take a look at my notes on when you fight.
Oh, your mage armor.
Yeah, mage armor.
Yeah.
I have that I have all the stats still up from it, but it might have been too long.
It's dusk. Well, it's fall time, so dusk would have been sooner. 6. Oh, you're like on the cusp. Ooh, roll a d20. We'll do the luck thing. We'll see if luck's in your favor. 10, lower, you don't. Oh.
I am recasting that.
All right.
I am down to 2 spells, y'all. Okay, that's fun.
It's okay. I can teach you how to use a short bow.
Thank you. I know how to use this longbow here that I've been carrying around.
Oh,
for,
yes.
you know,
You're an elf.
for a little while.
Since we're casting spells on everybody, Tarvik will try to gather up everyone he can and ritually cast Water Walk on all of us. Just so, if things do go bad, we do have a way to retreat.
I will not.
You will not retreat, or you will not take that way of retreating.
I will not retreat unless everyone in the town is retreating.
Great.
I'd rather die than go on open water. No, thank you.
Yeah, there's that about Cromwell.
Ooh, well, we'll find out when the moment strikes. Either way, you can all water walk.
We're not going to die. I'm not going on open water.
It's gonna be fine. Cromwell and I will protect the town if you guys need to go.
All right, so a couple of things here. While you guys are setting up, a few of the townspeople, kind of come to you and they ask, what do you recommend? We're thinking about going, but we'd like to help you stay. What kind of things do you say to people who kind of come up and ask for your opinion?
Leave in the morning. Stay tonight.
Okay. And then there are going to be a few people that you know in the town who hold a bit of position of power who kind of come to you guys and, ask certain things that they can help with. So specifically, Ron will actually come up to you guys and make it a point to come up to Rita, and you can sense...
I have a bit of a grin as he comes up to me.
Yeah, you can sense the way his body is postured and the way he's kind of walking up to you slowly, kind of looking to see if other people are around. He looks uncomfortable. You can see him just kind of like shrugging in his shirt, and he's like crossed his arms, and he's coming up to you. He just kind of kicks the ground a little bit. Rita, I understand you're helping the town a lot, you and everyone, and you can see he kind of takes in a breath, like he's really fighting to get the words out here. I just want to say thank you very much, and perhaps my preconceptions of you all before you left the town were a bit wrong. It seems you guys are a good group of people. And you can see he kind of turns backward a little bit, and you can see Yelsa in the distance. And Yelsa go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna squat down to give him a hug, and I'm just gonna say, "It's okay, Ron. We're best friends now."
He gets the look from Yelsa, the encouragement look, and then you all of a sudden hug him, And he just goes, I'm sorry, and then just shoves you away, or tries to shove you away, and then tries to, like, flee. Do you try and grasp onto him?
No, I'm gonna let him go. I've
Okay.
already had my victory.
So he flees. Yelsa kind of gives you a knowing smirk, Rita, as she's very pleased with Ron's progress. And Ron just immediately walks past in a fury past her, and she just kind of smiles at you and then turns and kind of walks to follow him. And Delana will come up to Tarvik kind of while you're, again, all doing prep stuff. And Tarvik, she'll say to you, Tarvik, I had a question with your skill. How skilled are you in your connection with your god?
Oh, if I, it's an interesting question. If you're talking pure connection, I would put it very low. But if I would put it on a scale from, let's say, 1 to 20, I would put it on about a 9 right now. If that
I
makes
see.
sense.
I think I might be interpreting what you're saying correctly. I just and she kind of reaches forward to touch your arm, and then she kind of after she touches it, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then she touches her hands on your arms again, but with more contact. I just want you to know, and she's kind of in your face, fairly close in your personal space.
Yeah, Tarvik is very uncomfortable, but is like allowing it for right now.
I just
Visually wants to leave this situation.
Yeah, totally. He's like super tense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that I'll do my best, and I hope you can as well. I know our powers are strange, and mine might not be as connected as yours, but I hope to be of some help.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can be of great help to the injured people. At this point, Tarvik is actively looking for a way to exit out of this conversation as quickly as possible.
Yeah. With your passive perception, she was a bit mistruthful and you can tell kind of with her voice, she went up a little bit higher, and you, with your very good passive wisdom there, kind of know that people tend to be a little bit distruthful when they kind of change their tones. You notice she changed her tone when she said that she wasn't quite up to your level.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's even better. That's not even something worth discussing with Tarvik. Tarvik says, yes, I'm sure everyone in the town is going to be very helpful. Now, if you excuse me. Tarvik will just walk off
bounce,
and around a corner. Yeah, I don't know what Tarvik was doing in that moment, but Tarvik is no longer doing that. He's doing something else.
Yeah. Just to get away from the situation. And one other thing that you would have picked up is she was being fairly elusive, and she felt like a little bit uncomfortable when she was saying those particular words. And then she kind of went back to being her normal kind of la self. But you could tell she was a little tense when she was giving you the lie, and also just in general, you could tell that she was a bit worried for some reason.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a separate insight check, maybe. This is just kind of an internal thing, because I mean, we're kind of in a place where like everyone is a little worried, so I don't know if Tarvik is going to pick that up as worry, or worried about something outside of the impending gloomer attack or something else.
Right.
So I think with
Yeah, so with your insight on that, I'll say you kind of piece together the moments that you've interacted with her before, where she gave you, a lingering look, or she was staring at you at one point and then she decided to kind of come up to you. She didn't say something. You're kind of piecing those moments together where that discomfort probably came from her not knowing whether you suspected her of having greater abilities than she's putting forth.
Okay.
And you don't think that she's worried about anything else particular. You think she's trying to suss out how good you are in figuring out who she is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I think Tarvik will think about that, but I don't think Tarvik will say anything to her about that right now.
He was
Certainly
too
after that.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was about to say, certainly after that little bit of conversation, certainly not. Yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing, Galana will also go to Cassandra at some point. Cassandra. And she kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. I know that you mentioned things about your death before and having this divine connection, and I just want you to be careful. I know a little bit about the Raven Queen in that she's very the opposite of all of this death that we've been seeing, and I just worry for you that this whole encounter, perhaps you may be targeted. I'm not quite sure, but I just have a bad feeling. There's a lot of history with the gods, and what little we know of them and what we can interpret of what I know, I hope you'll be careful. And she kind of gives you a little squeeze.
Thanks, Galana. I wanted to thank you also for taking care of Alaria's grave. I noticed that some holy magic was used on it to keep her preserved and untouched by the necromancers, and
Yes.
I assume that was you?
She hesitates a bit. Yes. It was, and of course I would. Because of all of you. I know that you all had a great connection with her. And you can see she's kind of like looking down and then looking up a little bit. And she had some hesitation with her words when she was talking. Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Please. Okay. I forgot I'm a rogue.
She's hesitating because she may not be totally truthful in her words, but you don't sense any malice or any ill intent. She doesn't seem to be a bad actor. She just doesn't seem to be telling you the total truth.
Galana.
Yes,
Were you
dear.
close with Ilaria? She didn't really tell us much about her personal life, I guess.
Oh, I think many of us thought of her as a pivotal part of the community here in the town. She was a great teacher, apparently, of wonderful adventurers like yourself, and you can see she kind of opens her hands out, gesturing towards you, and amongst the other areas of where your fellow friends might be. And I think all of us were close with her in that way, perhaps. I think she kept mostly to herself. I'm not quite sure what else to say here. And you can tell she's being a bit more hesitant. Again, she's like continuing this pattern that you noticed.
Well, thanks for your help with protecting the town and for your worries for me, but I agree with the Raven Queen on this, that these undead, they have to be dealt with, and there's more to it than just attacking this town. They want to destroy the entire world and all we know in it, and if I can help in any way, I'm going to do it.
You can see she's pensive for a bit. Yes, Of course. We all have a calling, and we must do what we must do. And I wish you luck in what you feel like you have to do as well. I'm sorry, I'm taking you away from your work. I really just wanted to come over here and just wish you all the best.
Thank you, Galana. And may all of your prayers to Lux be fruitful.
My many thanks, and to your God. And she kind of leaves you fairly gracefully. She also pieces out. Let's see. Who else is here? That is... I think... Tarvik, you would pick this up. Everyone else is passive. What is your passive? Let me know. I think it'll be easier than me looking.
15.
For perception is 13.
Okay.
Mine must be wrong. It says 31.
Oh, that
That's right.
sounds very wrong.
I'll work on that. Probably not that high because my wisdom is pretty low. So.
Okay, Cromwell, what's yours?
So I'm just trying to find on my sheet.
Oh, yours is
It's
terribly
right.
wrong too.
It's right beneath skills.
Oh, yours says 36. Yours is wrong too.
No, that I see it now.
Okay, wisdom. Okay, you don't have a terrible wisdom. All right, so I would say Roland and Tarvik, you kind of pick up on this as you're generally just kind of doing your thing. You see, what's her name? Raylene. You can see Raylene is kind of observing Rita's group as she kind of trains them from a distance, and you can see her make small movements in her face that you can kind of pick up on, where, and this is very subtle, but you get the feeling that they're not enough, and you can see she's a bit worried, but you can see her, she kind of steps off to the distance as you kind of take a look at this, and you can see her kind of step into an area where there aren't that many people, and she takes 2 knives where you had no idea where they were from. She just kind of whips them out from under her clothes, and she kind of just starts flicking them around very deftly, kind of like what you've seen Cassandra, where she's very dexterous. You can see her just start flicking around and doing some movements on her own as well, kind of doing individual training after seeing Rita kind of trying to train the populace. And you kind of just notice that off the side. And I think that's going to be it in terms of the things that happen during preparation here. So right now it's about midnight, where you guys originally came to town around 10 or so, give or take, and you guys did your preparations. And so I would like all of you to position yourselves, please, on the map on where you would like to be.
Okay.
Is there a particular scale for how far things are from each other?
I'll say let's go with what's on the map, and if there comes to be a problem where something doesn't logically make sense, we'll tackle it from there.
Roland's gonna be there.
Okay.
I'll go to the
I feel like
tower.
us as a group should probably be closer together, not further apart, right?
Well, do we want
I'll help out.
a DM controlling all of the gates, or?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's the issue, right? Like, I feel like if we all group up, there's a lot of room for failure. If we all spread out, there's still a lot of room for failure, but like we would at least know about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hopefully, we've had some townspeople trained up as maybe runners or something like that.
Give them whistles.
From
I mean,
what Rita's done.
I think I don't know. I feel like, what if they're not going to attack the gates? Oh, man.
I was thinking they're not the smartest,
Yeah.
So
I guess being on the watchtower is still the right place to be.
Yeah.
I'm pretty nimble, so I could be somewhere central if you wanted, or.
So there
you
can
could,
be
like,
two
run to-
people on the watchtower. So if one of you guys are there, there's still someone to be, like, if you have a citizen with the bow, they could also be on top with you, but there's only room for two.
Oh, so maybe we want 2 citizens up there on the watchtower looking out, and then we should be like in a more strategic place. I'm just gonna be back a bit. There we go. I can
These
get.
are traps here, so I'll be behind the
I
traps, I
can-
guess. Wait, are the yellows traps too? Hang on.
The yellows are the bombs, if I'm looking at it
Okay.
correctly. The magic bombs, traps.
Yeah,
Is
we'll see.
so okay. So is there any way other than those 2 watchtowers? Is there any other way to get any kind of shot over the wall? Really not, is
If
there?
you're in the wall, no. I mean, you could do a blind disadvantage shot, like a ranged disadvantage, because you don't see your target. You're just shooting in a general direction.
Got the crossbow
So-
come up here. Unless
So
Rita,
pretty
you wanna
much the
use-
majority of people are going to be just huddling inside, waiting for the wall or gate to fail before they can actually contribute much.
Unless you have some people outside.
I kind of want to put all the archers that Cassandra trained on top of a roof somewhere, and
Rita's going outside.
They could be on top of like these roofs here, so they could see the gate. Although that's
Yeah.
pretty long distance for a bow.
yeah,
I
I
feel
kind
like
of
it's
think
not bad.
I kind of think we as a group should be outside together somewhere and try to end the horde.
I don't know. The forest is probably difficult, right?
I'm also pretty tapped, so I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion.
I think that we use the walls and slow them down as much as possible. I don't want to. We don't have a lot of healing magic. I mean, we have potions, but
What are you talking about? You have 20 common healing potions.
Yeah.
I have potions.
Yeah, you've got a stockpile of your own.
Every time I walk, you just hear clink, 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 clink. I don't know. You all put me wherever I want. Cassandra's pretty easygoing as long as I get to kill some guys.
Yeah, and a callback to before about map orientation, just a reminder that north connects to the only road that basically connects this town to the rest of the southern civilization. You have the lake, and then all around is the Merriam Vale, and then surrounding the Merriam Vale, you basically have either mountains or forests that kind of put you in this valley type of situation. So
why don't you... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just keep that in mind.
Rita, why don't you go with the other 3? I'll stay here, and if I need help, I can run to you guys.
Well, we have someone at the south.
Yeah, I was busy. Charvik is
You
at the
3 are-
south.
You're at the north.
Map.
Yeah, let's just can we just use plan south for a,
Yeah.
for a map south for a minute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charvik is down at the only gate without a watchtower. Still not in front of the gate, but behind it enough that we can hopefully basically get them into traps, get them into the mine if needed.
Mm-hmm. And you have more traps back here, Tarvis.
Mhm.
that you can
Those are
get into.
those are the bombs.
Yeah.
I feel like this fight is almost like I mean, so we're just waiting for the gates to fall and then pulling them into traps and picking them off inside.
Yeah, I don't think
Mhm.
picking them off outside, unless you're sneaky, would be a good idea. Because then you could like hide back in the forest. But if you're not sneaky, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it almost kind of makes any effort to reinforce the walls almost pointless.
We did.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if we're just literally waiting for them to break through the walls to get them.
Well,
I don't know.
we are slowing them down so we can shoot them
Yeah,
from the
I think
watchtower.
I think that's where I can be the most effective, is sort of just harassing them as they're approaching.
That's a
Sorry,
good
DM, a
word.
question.
Yes.
Did we know if there's like a standard complement of a troop? Like there was always 5 gloomers and a skelly, or was it random? I don't know if I ever picked that up. There was, we would
Great
know
question.
that.
They always came in like at least pairs, I feel like.
Go ahead. Everyone can roll this. Go ahead and make a history check just for recall purposes. Ooh, of course, rolling. Very dope.
We might have a better idea of maybe numbers.
So, Cromwell, it doesn't quite come to...
Oh, you already rolled.
Yeah, he already rolled that. It doesn't quite come to you guys, but Roland, definitely it comes to the forefront of your mind. If Cromwell asks this, you are able to tell him that it's pretty sporadic, but the fact that Rita was able to glean off that information from that Skella wizard, that these were orders, you figure that regardless of whether they come single or pairs, is irrelevant in this case because they've all been ordered. So with the orders, you're likely to get batches.
Actually, one thing, sorry, I meant to RP maybe even with Rita was, I don't know how reading someone's mind is, and when she got into Skelly's mind and said that waiting for him, is it pictures? Is it just words? Like, do we maybe know who he is? Is there
That would be amazing. Did I see something in his mind?
You did
Or
not
its
see
mind?
anything.
Okay, no. Okay.
You heard, what you gather is you heard like the commands were kind of echoey. So you figure that the commands were given without anything for the Skella Wizard to visualize.
So we don't have any idea of who would be giving orders or anything like that.
You do not know who he is. No.
Again, I don't know, just for Rita, I'd be like, the voice giving the orders sound familiar? Anyone you've maybe come across?
Rita, that is a no for you.
No. I'm just guessing here. I'm speculating. I think that we have been dealing with like the necromancers were like the lieutenants, and now we're about to see, the who's ever the boss of them is coming. That's what I think.
I was just hoping that if there's some subterfuge or something, we might be able to catch somebody sitting with us.
I also just had one quick reminder. I have 120 feet of devil sight that I can see, so I might see stuff coming.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
120 feet. All right. I will keep that in mind. One thing I want to go back to quickly, Cromwell, just to remind you of what happened when you were in captive. In the description that I gave you, I mentioned that extreme oppressive energy. When you were taken with your head covered, right before you were whooshed away and you felt grass underneath you, right before that moment, if you'll remember, I said that you felt an extreme, oppressive, dark energy. You got some of that energy from the one who was holding you captive in Illyria's house. You felt some of that energy definitely emanating from him, but it was a completely different level of energy. It paled in comparison to the one that you felt before you were whisked away.
It was much, much stronger than anything I felt in Parabor.
I've changed my mind. I want to put an archer here. With instructions to run to the map north gate if they begin to be breached.
Mm-hmm.
So I can help Roland on the watchtower here.
And do you guys have any... I think you mentioned runners inside for communications, like whistling and stuff? Or anything specific?
Yeah, can we give them like all like signal whistles and like give them like a short like a three things for like this gate and like another a different sound for like each of the different gates to like signal like it's under attack or different areas and stuff like that.
What type of signal? This would be, I would say, put in the lump of Rita's tactics training. So what kind of signal? Because whistling is...
one blow for the map north gate, 2 blows for the map west gate, 3 blows for the map east gate.
A blow of what?
Do they have horns even?
Yeah, you could scrounge up some horns. That's a great idea. I would say, yeah, absolutely.
Or anything. Sofas, something.
All right, so they'll indicate when a gate is being breached, right?
I'd say let's say they should signal it whenever
when you have visual contact or when you know that they're in that area.
Okay.
And
then
I don't know if 4 is too much if it's like inside the town.
Yeah, like for if if anywhere they've breached the gate, 4 whistles.
Or fence. Well.
Or what?
Yeah, any.
Or the wall.
Or the wall.
Any
Any
breach.
wall. Yeah. Any breach whatsoever.
Any breach whatsoever, you will hear an alert sound.
Mm-hmm.
A horn that was scrounged up. Many ones.
I would say if we only found 2 and we didn't get one at all of the gates.
You would have enough for anyone.
Okay. Maybe then we position one of the horn people up maybe like this way instead. Because I have thaumaturgy, which is I can get real loud with. So I'm probably going to get louder than most of the horns. So, and Rita has thaumaturgy too, doesn't she?
Yep, and I also have a horn, so...
Yeah, that works.
She can do both.
Uh-huh.
My minor illusion can create a sound.
Alright, so any breach, everyone will kind of be alerted because you'll all hear the noise. Sounds good?
Yep.
Alright.
I'd also say like the instructions to the townspeople that if there is a breach is when we fall back to the Holy Beacon. Right? Like once they're in, they're in.
The regular townspeople?
Yeah, the regular townspeople.
Or the miners' boarding house, because the beacon will probably fill up, right?
Okay. Well, we'll say both. We'll say people are to go to the miners' boarding house and the Holy Beacon as available. Those are the 2 like places to go.
Yeah.
We'll try to fortify the middle and try to get them to run through the traps.
Yeah.
Well, and I definitely would have told everybody where all the traps
are. Like our little flags.
I didn't keep that secret. Everybody knows.
Grandma's just secretly like twiddling his fingers with anticipation. Doesn't matter, friend or foe. All right, awesome. Any other last minute things that we forgot to cover?
How's Rita getting in? Like, what's the plan for getting Rita inside? Is she just hop in the wall and we're just helping her? I do not like that Rita's out there.
Rita does have water walk, so Rita could just walk around the walls if needed.
Rita's fine. Don't worry about Rita.
Roland's gonna worry about Rita.
Actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna reposition myself. I would like to go out here because of water walk. So I will look from the outside and be the lookout for out here.
Absolutely.
Smart.
That's smart.
Do you want to do that wall or do you want to do the other wall? Either one.
Well, that one has
the other wall has a lookout tower.
Yeah, that's why I kind of position myself down here in the thought that like I have a decent perception. Hopefully, I can pick some things up and help them out.
Yeah. I feel good.
All right.
Yep, I feel good too.
As you guys kind of wrap up your last minute preparations, worried about the oncoming onslaught, all of you kind of rest and kind of get in nice and cozy to your designated spot and start watching. The minutes tick by, feeling like hours. You all see the citizens trembling. Some are cold in the darkness. Some are hot, sweating because of the fear, the anxiety. You see some people biting their nails, others trying to calm others beside them who may not be doing as well. All a little nervous, but still readying themselves. The night is silent. Unusual, though it's come to become the usual. As you've noticed over your past weeks of travel, the sounds of nature that you used to hear, no longer heard. The deafening quiet. And the deafening quiet remains. There's nothing. Some people get more relaxed, citizens, they aren't as anxious. Others remain tense. As you guys continue to wait. Rita, you see one approaching. You know its form, its figure very well, and in the darkness with your extended vision, you're able to see one figure. You wait a few beats, and behind that one figure is another. You start to see some other forms as well. And let's see how many. So it's any one of you guys. Go ahead and roll a d20 for your luck roll.
Feeling lucky.
Who's feeling lucky?
Rolling. All right. I feel like that's...
All
Is
right.
that good or bad?
That wasn't a
That's-
1.
that's
All that
nothing.
matters is a 1
All
or
that's-
20.
Yep.
I
All
thought
this
we were
is
all
luck roll.
rolling, not just me. I apologize.
It's all right. You did okay. It wasn't one of the extremes. All right. So now someone roll a d4, please. I actually should have done this before my narration because it might not matter. Oh, but it does. Thank you very much, Rita. So, Rita, as I continue off my narration here of what you see, you go ahead and see those figures pop up. So, as I mentioned, there was one figure that popped up from your vision, and then there was another, and another one shows up behind it. And let me go ahead and just group them all together here so that you can kind of see how they are. The distance is going to be a little not accurate just because each square is pretty big, but for the most part, this is, generalization. They're going to be roughly 120 feet away from you. So you see these three figures coming in from this area here, and they are making their way this way. As you can see them kind of just at the cusp of your vision. You're not the only one who spots, though.
Yeah, I as soon as I see them, I pull out my horn and I toot my horn.
Lovely. You toot your horn. And just as you hear that toot, the both of you, Cassandra and Roland, you also see some figures as well. You see this one, if I can go ahead and reset. Yeah. No, sorry. I'm working with the layers. Here. Actually, you just see one here. But you hear Rita's horn go off in the distance, and you immediately, kind of at the same time, see this as well.
Is it
attack.
It's walking right now, so there's no combat initiation right now. Let me know what you guys want to do, because right now, every turn, essentially, quote unquote, is them just trying to walk because they need to navigate. So I think each one, they're going to be able to do 2 squares, 4 squares.
I mean,
3 squares because it's 60 feet.
as soon as I see it and it's within 600 feet, I'm gonna fire my longbow at it. Like, I don't think there's any
My
reason
crossbow.
to not.
Yes, so the visual range that you get is 80, so you can go ahead and... Actually,
They're within 8.
they're within 80, because that's what
Are we
the
in
watchtower
the-
can see.
Yeah, we're in the tower. Is that
So
where the
go
tower
ahead.
is? The blob?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, let me change the music. Need to build up
Yeah.
the tenseness.
Mhm.
Don't know what this soundtrack is, but let's try it. Both will not hit, unfortunately. As both of you strike through or pull through, you see your arrows just hit the ground right in front of them. Rita, as you blow your horn.
Yeah. So I blow my horn, and then I bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat,
Mm-hmm.
which
Very
means that I can run out 60 feet, and that puts me, looks like 60 feet from this closest guy,
Yep.
which is close enough to Vicious Mockery.
And what is your vicious mockery?
Oh, you're looking gloomy.
Lovely. And that is going to be a fail.
One damage.
Noise. One is better than none. Alright. And so all of them will begin to move forward here, and 1, 2, I'm gonna do my arrows. They're going back, they're going here. As they redirect, they're like a pack of whatever those dinosaurs that were being chased by the T-Rex are. They kind of flank and they immediately go towards you, Rita. This one is gonna go 1, 2, 3 as it just moves forward, seemingly unfazed. What do you guys do?
Are we in
Attack.
initiative or are we still outside initiative?
So it's like pseudo initiative. So until kind of everyone is in something, we're not going to do initiative because it's just basically back and forth, them and then you guys. So you guys, what do you do?
So these three, are they all actually like 20 feet apart from each other?
Let's say for the ease, yes.
Okay. Then I am going to, I'm not going to get all the way like within melee of this guy. So I'm how far am I? Right now I'm 40 feet away from him. So I am going to move up 30 feet to be within 10 feet of him. I'll move a little bit closer for that. And I'm gonna pull out my guitar and I'm gonna do a cone of face melting just for this one guy.
Dope. And for Cassandra and Roland, yes, they hit, and thank you for rolling damage. And yes, I noted that, Cassandra. Wisdom. Oh, that is just under, and it fails.
Awesome. Then I am going to. I've got. I will just run back this way. I think I can actually go as far as to here probably, because I used 30 of 60. No, I can probably only get somewhere around here. So
Yeah,
I should
it's all with a
be
grain
I
of
should
salt.
be 60 feet away from this guy actually, which is not where I am.
You need a couple more
Yeah.
squares. Yeah.
Yeah, I can move one more square.
All right. So with your turns done,
Can I
these-
move actually?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. How long would you say would the ladder be? I don't have any difficult terrain for ladders, but
Let's say half
still
of
normal
your
movement.
half your movement, 15,
okay. So
gets you over the wall, and you have good unobstructed visual.
probably gonna go this way towards Cromwell.
Alright. Actually, I'll go ahead and do the turn order just because more things might happen.
Oh.
So go ahead and
Oh,
roll
yeah?
initiative. Everyone can roll initiative. Although we may not get to you. Still roll initiative because of the things that might happen.
Because I heard Rita's horn, right? So I know she
Yes.
saw something
Everyone
in that direction.
heard Rita's horn, even Tarvik all the way down there. You guys found some good horns.
Oh my gosh, that initiative.
Alright, so we'll just keep this in the back of our pocket, just in case we need to reference. But you guys did, they're gonna do this. They're gonna move they're gonna come this way, Rita, towards you. And although the squares are super huge, they're gonna be just in front of you because they moved their 60, so they're trying to get closer to you.
Okay, so they are all right on top of me.
Well,
Or this one guy
the first
is
one,
is
yes.
within 5 feet. Yeah.
Yes. But the other two aren't, but they're getting closer. This one, 2, is going to just not be able to make it. So it uses its double movement. So it just gets to the wall, and you can see it's primed to go ahead and try and attack the wall right under where Roland, you are, and Cassandra, you just got off. So it's back to you guys.
I am going to... Yeah, I don't think I have anything else, so I'm just going to keep firing at it with my bow.
Alright, go for it.
Nope.
Oh.
That's all I have.
Alright, Cassandra, Rita.
I'm gonna try melting this guy's face again.
Yes, that is a fail on his part. Very nice. How does this play? What is the eruptuous song that comes out?
Yeah, it's she pulls it out and she's like da 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 da
Max.
And after I play that, I think I provoke an opportunity of attack as I run 60 more feet back.
Okay, the one is going to try and claw you. Or not claw, but fist. And that is a 19. Does that hit you?
That misses.
Ooh, very nice. You can see it reaches out, but you just get away. And... see, Cassandra.
Oh yeah, I just moved 90 feet.
Oh, you
for,
just moved more. Okay.
Movement dash, bonus action dash.
Great. Then it is them. They're gonna try and keep chasing you, Rita. And this one's going to, the one by Roland that's on the wall is going to try and attack the wall. And that is a hit, and the wall starts to take some damage in this particular spot. And you see it is, let's see, what's the total? Walls 40. It's not looking good, Roland. You can kind of see the damage from above there. You see that the wall has actually splintered in some. You feel like one hard smack again, and you might be in trouble in terms of a breach here.
When Cassandra climbed down, was there another villager with a bow and arrow that climbed up into the tower to take her place?
Yeah, we can say that happened, sure.
Sure. Extra shot going off.
We'll go ahead and do another extra shot, yeah. Let's see here. They have... since they climbed up, they have an extra, let's see, 25 if they hit. So let's see what happens. Ooh, okay, that is a 6, so they're not going to, unfortunately. But they are up there for another round. Or, not another round. They'll be there for the future rounds to be able to shoot. Alright. What do you guys do?
So is this still like open for anyone? I'm not really following the turn order.
Just
Okay.
whatever order. If it makes it easier, we can go in order. So Cassandra, you can go.
Okay. I'm going to move to see through the gate here, avoiding the trap. I guess I gotta go. Right there. So I can't quite make it there, but Just, Cromwell, where are you going?
Just heard some board splintering. I'm heading that way.
Okay.
All right.
Roland's got it.
Yeah, Roland will go ahead next since you're in order, and then we can do you.
Okay.
I'm going to fire, I guess, at the at the creature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shout. It's about to breach, and hopefully there's like 20 archers behind me that's ready to attack it if it comes in. I don't know.
There are
no
a group
idea.
of people behind you. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I'm going to fire at it again with the longbow.
All right. Nice. That is a
25.
hit. Very good. All
And I
right.
think I'm. Do I have a like? Do I get the impression that when it breaches the wall, the tower is going to collapse, or not so much?
No. Unless it specifically then attacks the tower. But the tower has its own. It's like not part of the wall HP.
Okay, cool.
All right, read it.
That's all.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I found the thing to do.
All right, let me do another save. Give me a sec. It is the thing to do, apparently, because I did fail again.
Nice.
All right, and then Cromwell, I think you are trying to make your way somewhere.
I am going to move, so there is a opportunity attack as well.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Let's see. That will be a miss. It's lower than a 19.
Thank you.
And Cromwell, are you, do you take your movement? Or do you want to do something else?
I want to move to the one where I heard the breach. So, getting ready. Then hold any actions. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. And Tarvik, did you want to do anything after you heard that first? Sorry I didn't ask, but anything you want to do in terms of moving forward and leaving your post, or are you staying?
I think I'm gonna stay here for now. Just thinking that, like, I don't know. I don't feel like Tarvik's like super well versed in military things, but I feel like Tarvik's like, oh, if they're attacking from one side, they might be attacking from the other. So he'll just keep watch over this front gate to see when they're coming.
Okay.
If they're coming at all.
Let me know whenever you want to jump into this map north action here.
Yep.
Okay. So it's gonna try. The one by the wall is going to try and do another attack. Oh, but that's a fail. So you can see it punches in, but it's punching in the same position it was in before. So because part of the wall has caved in, it doesn't really hit, and it forgot to take a step forward to do anything. So it misses, and these will come in. Actually, let me go ahead and do the archers, or the archer that was next to Roland, because I forgot about him. And Roland, don't let me forget about him in the future.
He wanted to fire on my turn in the future, or see if
Yeah,
there's
let's
any-
do that. That'd be great. So he's a definite hit, and so he's gonna that death creature's gonna take a nasty damage thanks to the wonderful training that was done previously. You can see it's not looking good. The arrow is kind of sticking through right in the center of one of its eye sockets. And it is now your guys' turn, so let's start Cassandra here.
I'm gonna pop my head out of this gate and see if I see anything, and it doesn't look like I do.
Doesn't seem like you do right now.
Okay, I'm gonna carefully navigate around this trap over here. That's probably way too far for a bow. Let me see.
Yes, that hits.
Alright, yeah, the 320 is where I get disadvantage, it looks like, so... should be good. So 5 piercing on it.
You can see with that arrow, it kind of flinches with the impact. Different than before, you can see that the impacts are now making greater damage to it. It seems to be on its last legs.
I'm gonna try yelling to Roland. I don't see Rita. I'm not gonna actually yell into my mic. And I don't know if he can hear me from that far. I'm hoping his big elf ears can hear me. We'll see.
What do you yell at him?
I don't see Rita.
Roland, you would be able to hear that.
Okay. I mean,
do you hear Rita? She's doing some very loud attacks.
Oh, that's
We
true.
don't have
Yes,
a
with your
distance on
guitar.
how much. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
you would hear her strums for sure.
Okay.
They're a little bit distant though. She definitely was not in the spot that she was in before. They sound distant.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty close to where I started.
Oh, really? I thought you started down here.
I started like right here, I think.
Oh, okay. I must have seen differently. So
I don't know. Maybe I was over here. I don't know.
It sounds.
You could be right.
It sounds to your left. Map left.
Okay.
Map northwest.
That's
Northwest.
I did my movement, bonus action, dash, and my attack, so I'm good.
All right. Then Roland and the archer.
I'm just gonna keep firing. I do want to kind of shout out to Cassandra and Rita. Bring them to the gate. Bring them to us. But I'm just gonna shoot my longbow.
Oh no!
Face it.
The archer beside you, it just kind of comments real quick. Oh, good, you're new at this too. You both miss.
It's not a good thing.
All right, Rita.
Yeah, I want to melt this guy's face already.
And make. Oh, that one's just under 2. Yep. There's a fail.
Yes.
Fail. Alright, you can see they're not looking great, but they're still up and they're still trained on getting you.
Yep. Okay, I am going to provoke yet another opportunity attack as I start to run down this way.
This one misses as well. Slippery Rita. Alright. Let's see. Roland. You are focused on the one that is in front of you that goes and tries to attack. But out of your peripheries, as you are very well tuned to the battlefield as to taking in everything around, you notice some more come up. There is one here that pops up, as well as one here that pops up currently. And that's all you are able to see right now. And this one is going to attack. And that is a hit. And you notice that the wall breaks in even further. You feel like one more hit and it's going to be breached. You have a really good feeling. And these are going to follow Rita. Here. They're going to try. Right. 1, 2, 3. Up there.
Oh, that was nice of them.
I think that's as far as I can go. I can only go 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 60 feet.
Yeah, they probably could have gone a diagonal for one of those. I don't know.
Oh, where did I say? Did I not do the full? Oh, that's right. They would have kept up with you because you can only do 30 feet, or 60 feet as well.
Right. Yep.
Okay, yeah, then they would have been here. So the ones that came in, they moved. The one that attacked, perfect. Okay, so Cassandra. I don't know if you would see the new ones. How far are they? They are at a visual, so you don't know about the new ones, but Roland does.
Okay. Well, I still know about the one I knew about, right? He's still up. This one here.
Oh, the one by the wall? Yeah. He's barely hanging on, but you can see he's up, yes.
Alright, I'll shoot him.
Go for it.
Does that hit?
I don't think. Let me double check. No, that just misses. You see your arrow kind of goes in, and there was a part of the board, the wood of the wall that broke in, and some of it is jutting out. You accidentally hit that part of the part that's kind of broken into the wall. It was like getting in your way. It like blocked the shot.
I'll yell sorry and start running towards Rita.
All right, and Roland.
Roland's going to shout, more to the north, 2 more, and look down at Cromwell and say it's about to breach. As he fires his again. Oh yay!
Ooh, that's amazing. Yes. What is your flair to this?
I imagine that he's clawing through the hole. There's like now like maybe it's like one limb like just starts to like punch through, and then like an arrow like snaps to the top of his head and like pins his head into the hole, kind of plugging it.
Nice. And you can see Cromwell kind of through the hole the little bits. You see Roland just immediately shoot this arrow, and it goes into the other eye socket. Or, well, what you said, but with the flare that you said, absolutely. And it falls to the ground. 1 down. Who knows how many more to go? Cromwell, what do you do? Is you're kind of immediately in this?
Did he actually breach?
No.
Okay. I'm going to right up to where might potentially be a breach and just there. But making enough room so that if there's archers or anything behind that they can be behind me.
Gotcha. They kind of line up ready.
Just keep.
And
And
I
then-
forgot to say the archer with Roland, sorry, he did miss. So he was trying to aim at the farther ones, but he didn't hit.
And just scoping out to see if I can see if there's any more coming as well.
Yeah, if you kind of look through the part that's been knocked down some through the wall, you can kind of see in the distance there appear to be 2 coming your way.
And then, don't want to keep extending my turn, but if I can, if there's any scraps that came off, try to just reinforce the best I can, prop up wood beams against the hole there, just to give it more ability.
Okay. We'll say, yeah, you gather some of the bits of splintered wood that you find that kind of fell on your side, and then you try and push them back up into the hole, giving it a bit more stability. Though, without any type of, like, if you're not going to use any type of binding, it's
Not using
gonna
nail,
do much.
yeah, no nails or anything.
Yeah.
No, just even it's a second more, just
Yeah.
kind of cramming it up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm doing.
All right,
Then I'm
Rita.
done.
Okay, rinse and repeat.
Do what works. Yeah, that's a fail. Alright, let me just...
And I just remembered that this is a 30-foot cone, not a 15-foot cone. So I think I might be getting 2 of them.
Yes, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Great.
Mhm. Alright, again, they're not looking super hot,
All right.
but they're still up.
Yep. I provoke another opportunity attack, and as I run away.
Oh, this one's probably gonna hit. It's a 24.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, so you take 12 necrotic and 1 bludgeoning. As the fist this time grabs just at your ankle. As you're fleeing away, your leg comes up and it just grabs like an exposed part of your back. Alright.
Ah!
You hear Rita scream in the distant Cassandra. Just a little yelp.
Damn it, Rita.
Alright. At this point, it's been a handful of seconds, Tarvik. You hear nothing over here so far. Do you remain here?
Yeah, largely because I and probably realistically Tarvik realized that in terms of combat, just getting from where I currently am at just up there would take me like 22 rounds or something like that. So unless I want to spend either they will move down by that point and everyone will be dead, or something will happen over here. So Tarvik will stay here for the time being and keep watching that point.
Great. All right. And then we go back to them. So they're gonna continue to just be on your tail, Rita. And then these two are gonna move forward. 1, 2, 3.
I hate to do it. That was just 40 feet again.
Oh, thank you. And then...
But this guy who's going through the forest is moving through difficult terrain, so...
Very true. He'll be back there. He'll be like here. We'll say he's here because he doesn't reach the end. So he's stuck. We'll say this one's just on the cusp. He's okay because the squares are dumb. Alright, so these guys move forward. They moved forward. They can't do anything. But this one is going to try and attack you. Oh, 20.
Attack me? He should have had to dash to catch up to me, I think. If you're talking about me.
Wait. I might be getting confused. Yes, you are 100% right. So it is Cassandra. Thank you for catching that.
Sorry, what?
It's your turn.
Oh, great. I can do that. So he died. So I think they're good. Well, Roland said there's more there, but I heard Rita yelp. Ugh. Okay. I know you said she was to the left. I'm gonna go around the forest.
You knew her previous position, and you can hear every time she makes the strum.
I'm gonna do all 3 and get there. Where's that? And just say, Rita, bring them to me.
Alright, Roland.
Roland is gonna fire. He's gonna fire at this one on the side. There, that one.
Alright, left one. Go for it.
15.
Oh, just hits, yes. Alright. And
I'm
the
gonna
guy is going to try.
I would like to name him.
Yeah, go ahead. What's his name?
Oh, I was gonna say, I'd like to name him Mark. That way he
Oh.
can maybe attempt to live up to his name and hit the mark.
Yeah, he does with a nat 20 this round. So dang. Alright, so he goes ahead and you see this guy. He was making his little snarky remark earlier about, oh wow, like you're new too, unintentionally, and then he goes and just slams this gloomer. I mean, he tenses up really hard on the bow, and you can see you're like, oh, that's not going to shoot right. He's too tense. But he has tremendous velocity coming in with this arrow, and the gloomer actually gets shot through, and you can see part of the arrow sticks into the ground with some of the cloth being stuck on the arrow. And you can see it might provide a little bit of resistance. Maybe it'll move a little bit less in the future round. We'll see. As you can see the gloomer. There's just so much ichor pouring out from this arrow. It was a very good shot. Anything else for your turn, Roll?
Good shot, Mark.
Oh,
That
what was your name? Sorry, you can see.
I'm rolling. I'm
Roland, yes.
Yep, that's fun. Okay. They're coming, Cromwell, I promise.
Yeah, Cromwell, you hear this from Roland as... Go ahead, what do you do?
Just kind of pacing, and the axe just getting really ready and ramped up, and I don't know, maybe turns around to if there's any town folks. He's like trying to get them fired up. It's like, get ready.
You can see some of them are shaking a little bit. Some of them are super with you with the energy, and they're like, ah!
Yeah. So that's just my turn. I'm just going to hold an action if somebody does break through and gets in melee range.
All
So
right.
that'll be what I'll...
Rita.
All right, here we go.
And that is a save. First one.
They both saved?
Yes. Very shocking.
That's fine, I guess.
Is there no... There's half damage, so... he's
Oh, does it
okay.
do...
I see half damage on the card, on the chat.
Oh, yeah, sweet. So that's 4. Nice.
Something.
And then I keep running away.
Opportunity attack. Let's see... Oh, that's a 24. 14 necrotic and 1 bludgeoning, unless you're gonna do shield.
No, that's fine.
Okay. And with that, as Tarvik remains, they will move up. But this guy, it's a mistake because he's dumb. That one's on the edge still, so he's okay. Actually, we'll say he's down here just because it's encroaching a bit. These guys are gonna reach the wall, but not able to do anything. And Roland, again, with your visual aptitude, you are able to see a few more approaching. However, they are coming now from a different direction. I think that's 80. You're still able to see? Oh, you may not be able to see that one yet. But
I'm gonna
we'll leave it
shout.
there.
I'm gonna shout, more coming from the right.
Let's see. Okay. Sorry, give me a second. I am positioning things. Oh, this is in the way. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Thank you.
Doing great. This is fun.
Or just do wait.
Let's just teleport Tarvik.
I don't know if you'll be saying that.
Holding my healing potions tightly.
Let's see. Here. You're too far away for that one, but I'm putting them on the map. Not sure if you're able to see that one either, but... Nope. Okay. Yeah, it's here. Cassandra... Nope, you cannot. Okay. And... Okay, that's all for them. Cassandra.
I believe in Rita's bringing them back towards me, and hearing Roland, I decided to go back this way. I'll do just first my movement and my bonus action dash. Do I start to see this guy, or is the forest kind of blocking it? Right?
You can see him. He's like just on the outside of the lines, and I'll
Okay.
actually say you can now see this one too, which I will reveal. Because it's the edge. I'll say he's at the edge, and you're
wrong
kind of at
thing.
the edge, and the tree line is fairly sparse at the edge, so that you can see him.
I think you
Wait.
revealed your notes instead of the.
Oh no. Yeah, these are my old notes though. But
Yeah.
did you see the guy though that I put in?
Oh, this guy here on the right in front or on
Yeah.
the top of me almost.
Yep.
Good. Here. Okay. All right. I'll start with that guy then. I'm gonna do a crossbow attack.
Okay. Yep, that
There we go.
hits. All right.
And that was everything.
Is that for? Sorry, was that for this one?
Oh, I'm sorry. The top one.
This one. Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Owen?
Sorry. DM, I have in my head that the gloomers, that fire doesn't work very well on them. Is that something just in my head, or is that something Roland knows?
I remember that.
That is something Roland knows.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, just wanted to make sure. I am going to continue firing. I'm going to target this one with the bow.
All right.
And hopefully Mark can fire too.
Let's see. No, he sucks.
It is one good moment.
Yeah, he had a super dope moment, and then now he's back to sucking.
I do want to clarify, none of these are within 10 feet of me, right? I'm too tall, too high up?
Yes.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Cromwell.
With the hole, would I be able to see either of these guys? Would this guy be within 10 feet of me from an opening?
You can't. You want to say yes.
Then I will take my spear 10 feet
Mm-hmm.
and take a couple of pokes at it.
So there hasn't been a full breach yet. It's partial. So if you attack through that, you will be damaging the wall.
Well then I will continue to hold
Okay.
and be ready for him next time.
Okay. You can kind of you see his outline through some of like the structural damage, but there's no gaping hole for you, unfortunately, to be able to thrust this.
To go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I want to wait then, so
Okay.
I'll just hold.
All right. You're just holding and ready to react. Rita.
Yeah, well, now that a couple of these guys have gotten slowed down, I'm going to flip my guitar back around and draw my sword and do a booming blade against the guy that's been hitting me.
Yeah.
So, longsword attack.
Very nice.
I think that hits.
Absolutely.
So that is booming blade. So there should have been an additional 1d8 on there.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's 5 thunder.
Ooh, so close. You see the kickback. I know. You see the kickback on this thing as it gets its damage, and you see it struggling. It's hunched over, trying to keep up with you.
Okay.
Very, very close.
And then I run away again.
Okay.
And so he gets his OA.
We'll see. We shall see. No, he does not.
Hey, there we go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, move back to them. So let's do the things that you can see. Let's do 1, 2.
When that front guy moves, he takes the booming blade damage, which is
Awesome.
another 8.
Oh, what's your flare to this as it goes off?
Oh man, yeah. So Rita is like putting her sword back away and getting her guitar ready again as this gloomer starts to move forward, and she just like plays a chord that resonates with the thunderous explosion, filling in like the 9th or something on this chord, and it's just the loudest, most horrible sound that anyone has ever heard.
All of you kind of hear this in the distant, and you figure where Rita was, and this is where it's coming from. All right, this one is going to have some trouble moving through, but it spots Cassandra, so it is going to try and move through. Oh lord, there is so much here. We'll just say, for the sake of this, there. This one's gonna just move 4, 1, 2, 3. It's ignoring you, Cassandra. Though
Okay.
it can't quite be seen. I did expose it. 1, 2, 3. Maybe Roland can see that one. No, just shy. Alright, still uncovered. Man, I don't know why I do this to myself where I have a shit ton of things that I have to move. This is... Sorry, guys. There's lots.
It's no worries.
You'll eventually see them, and they will eventually all be on the same map so that I don't have to go back and forth. Okay.
Doing great.
Let's just say this one's gonna come here. You can see that one rolling, probably, maybe. Eventually. 2, 3. 1, 2. We'll say this one comes into your visual. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one because this one's getting close. Actually, no, he wouldn't make that last one. It's here. That one can't see. Tarvik, what's your range? Maybe he's not here.
Is that me?
Yes.
Sorry.
What's your visual range?
My range, just 60 feet.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know if the gate is lit at all, but
We'll
that
say
would be
you
the
could
only
have.
thing.
We'll say you could have lighted it for what you
Mhm.
want. And are you sure that you were here? Because the distance to the gate is 160.
yeah, that's you know what? I'll probably just be on the edge of the water then,
Okay.
something like that. Or that.
Okay. You're still roughly 80 to 100.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine though.
Okay.
I'll get to wherever I need to go.
Okay, sounds good.
You might be able to hear things that are slightly further away than you can see, too.
Right.
With your passive, absolutely. You hear rustling in the very front of the gate.
Okay.
You sense something is there.
All right.
All right. So with that, Cassandra.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to shoot at this one now. Miss.
Yes,
And
unfortunately.
start running. So I have little legs, so for my little legs, it'd be like 50. Can we
Just round
up, or
up.
do I
Just
round?
round up.
Okay.
So what I've been
All right.
doing, for what I've been doing for them is rounding down, but you can round up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll get to there.
Yep. So you can
Um,
just round up.
And okay. Alright, yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, roll on.
Roland is going to fire at this one.
A few of these are definitely in your visual, yeah. Nice, very nice. What's your flair for this arrow as it shoots through?
I'm just gonna have it go straight through the skull and let him drop.
Nice. You see this one drops, and Mark next to you, whoa! Very impressed. Oh god. He goes in. He actually gets one in too. You tell me which one you want him to target.
Probably I'll tell him, shoot the ones that are up against the gate.
Alright, so he'll do this one that he can see on the right side. So he'll go ahead. Okay, and Cromwell, you hear things right up against the wall. Like over here. You sense. What do you do?
Again, I'm going to be quiet, but just keep holding my action, and hopefully they go past.
Alright.
That's what I'm doing.
Rita.
Okay, this one next to me I think is dead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mark it.
So I am going to drink a greater potion of healing. For it's 44 plus 4.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, not bad.
Mm.
And so this guy is 80 feet away from me. So I mean, I think I'm just hanging out.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna ready an action to do a cone of face melting. So if he gets up to within 30 feet from me, as soon as he's within 30 feet of me, I'm gonna try to get him.
Very nice. Pick, while you've been using him, has been shouting obscenities at the creatures to kind of match the intensity of the situation. He's like goading them. Rita and Tarvik, you see there is a shadow that gets very close to the front. You can kind of see like a change in the light disparity. So you see there's darkness, there's light, and then there's a blob of darkness. And then all of a sudden that blob of darkness is gone. Like it went in a downward direction into the trap.
Nice.
Anything you want to do with that information?
You're muted if you're talking.
I was muted again. For now, no. I think I'm just gonna move. Hearing the noise, I will dash forward 60 feet.
Okay.
I can go one more there.
And I think, let me just double check the measuring tool. Okay, not yet. Top of the ramp there. They're gonna try and move one, but they're still in the difficult. They're not gonna get to you, Rita, I don't think. Oh, let me move back there. This one's going through. It might get there. but no further. This one, Cassandra, did you attack this one?
Yeah, but I missed.
It's still going to turn over to you, seeing that though, and
Okay.
it's going to try and come towards you now and give you an attack with its fist. 17.
Yes. Oh wait, yes. Just
That
hits.
That is 5 necrotic with 1 bludgeoning as it scrapes its claws across your neck. This one is going to attack the wall. That's a miss though, as it doesn't calculate the distance very well. And let's see this one. That's also a miss. Oh, and that is a terrible miss. This one, Roland, you kind of see this one try to go ahead and attack the wall, but you can see it swings very widely, and as it slashes down, it actually slashes into himself a little bit. And you can see it flinches a bit when it does that, and it tries to go back in for another attack, but it's not its attack. This one's coming up here.
From what might be a myth, they're kind of stupid.
Yeah. This one's here against this wall. Let's see. Nope. That one either. This one forward. 1, 2, 3. This one will come here and it's in range. You don't see this, but it happens again. Where it attacks itself slightly. Lovely.
Or
Yeah. Well,
Doesn't-
don't know if we want empathy for them.
Wow.
1, 2.
I do feel a little guilty for lopping their heads off after Cromwell said that they were all people once.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's a theory. Don't know if
Yeah.
it's been proven yet. Is this one in range? No, not yet. Okay. Oi, oi. Okay. And that is it. Cassandra, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna try a stab on this guy. Oh yeah.
Oh, very. Yep.
12. And that's a magical weapon, so maybe
Mhm.
that does more.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna disengage. Bonus action dash, so I can get to the gate
Awesome.
going around him. Oh wait, no, the bonus action disengage, so I can only get 30 feet, so...
I get around him at the front.
yeah. Alright, there I am.
All right, rolling.
Gonna shoot the same one I've been shooting at.
All right, go for it.
A poor arrow.
Unfortunately not. And oh yes, Mark does get his shot in. He's gonna go for the same one that he was going for. So, all right. And Roland, does that end your go?
It does. I might look behind me to one of the people beyond if there's a runner there.
Mm-hmm.
I might say, "Oh, get me more arrows."
Okay,
I might be running a little low.
he'll start running.
Stash right here.
Yeah, he'll start running for the blue stash. Cromwell.
I think seeing this side is well in hand and not sure where Cassandra went, I'm going to dash along here and head towards the other gate
All right.
and probably get about that way with a dash. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Read it.
Heading over.
Okay, I move 10 feet closer to this guy, which puts me at 30 feet, and I hit him with my Cone of Face Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't deal thunder damage. So it's just the 12 if it
That
fails.
is another fail. Okie dokie. Anything else?
Yeah, then I'm going to move the rest of my movement, which is 50 feet away from him. So I should end up like 80 feet away. So I'm going to go, I'm going to go to there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I think that's right. Yep, perfect.
And then Tarvik, anything for you yet?
Since I'm still hearing movement from over here, I guess.
Yes.
Let's see. I'll do another dash up to the edge of the hole, I guess, right there.
Okay. As you're dashing up, you gain visual on a skelly wizard and another.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And another
Tarvik.
that's further in the back here. Again. It might be more in the woods, actually. Hold on, let me push him back. He just aligned with.
Would I
there.
have gained vision on them before I dashed, or would I need to dash to see them?
You would have gotten visual on them mid-dash. So you can change where you end up, but you needed to move a bit forward to see them.
I will stay right there.
Okay. Alright, so they are going to move forward there. This one. Skeleton points at you, Tarvik.
Mm-hmm.
This one's going to move forward, and it's going to try. Actually, it can't do anything, because it just moves forward. This one is going to try and do a hold person on you. Can you go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. 21.
Very nice.
I was about to say Tarvik.
Look, I ain't good at a lot, but I'm good at wisdom.
Good at wisdom, yes. You're fine. You have not been held. The one in the trap is going to try and get out. Let's see if he can. Nope. He is flailing in the trap. Tarvik, you see him just kind of like struggling. His arms are just kind of like clawing at the edges.
Mm.
Let's see. Rita, these folks here. 1, 2, 3. But that's it.
He shouldn't be up to me though. He should be about 20 feet away.
2, 3. Well, he did. Oh, you're right, because you had 80.
Yeah, so that's he I think he's in that space because that is like 20 feet away. But just a reminder that like we're not actually in melee.
Yes, I'd rather have him away like this so that visually I can tell.
No problem.
Because there's too many here. 1, 2, he'll get up. Oh, no, you're here, so he'll definitely come at you, Cassandra. But he will use his movement, so he can't do an attack on you. This one will do an attack on you. 11, I think, is gonna miss. Let's see. That's a miss and a hit. Roland, you see this one start to attack the wall in that spot. And so begins the wall attack. You can see it's a very weak attack, though. You see the wood barely moves. Here. Miss. Hit. This one, instead of hitting itself, hits the wall. And you can see there's some damage being created there. Well, okay. Okay, here, this one's gonna move forward and join in, but not on the same spot. I can't move him here. He's like at an angle here. That's a miss. This one. That's a miss. Oh man, wow, you guys are getting real lucky with these misses. Alright, now you see a Skella Wizard Roland up here. He has gotten close enough for you to see him. He's right here.
I'm gonna shout, Skelly Wizard to the north.
Nice.
Wait, south and north.
Map north. In-game
Map
south.
God North.
Yeah,
To
got
the
her.
top. To the up.
And Cassandra, then we'll go to you.
I love scaly wizards. How can I get... Oh, it's gonna be forever to get down. But I could stab each of these guys on the way. Alright, that's my plan. I'm gonna do the stabbing conveyor belt to get to the scaly wizard. Alright, first I will stab one of these guys. The guy to the south. Give him a
Go
little
for it.
stab.
Step a step away. Nice stab. Good stab.
Disengage, get up to above this trap, and that's it.
Alright. Yeah, they're gonna fall for that. Literally fall for that. Roland.
I'm gonna target the Skelly Wizard and
Mhm.
Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Okay. It's 4 darts, right?
You have to be 4 darts.
Yeah, 9 to 11. What's it roll? Oh well. Alright. You see the missiles impact, and you can see it locks eyes with you now. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. That is my turn.
Alright. Cromwell, you hear the announcement from Roland. Also, you hear the pounding on the walls.
I'll keep my next dash, get to the gate, and I'll just yell out, Lightfoot, are you out there? Are you okay? And that'll be my turn.
Yeah, you would hear that, Cassandra. You can feel free to respond if you have anything short.
Yeah, there's 2 gloomers right by the gate, and I'm going for the wizard.
Alright. Rita.
Right, this guy that's 20 feet away, I'm going to get him.
Get him. That is gotten.
Okay.
You got him. Let's see. Oh, so close. You can see from the damage. I know. You got him, but you didn't fully get him. You can see he like gets blown, 2 feet back from the amount
Like
of force.
His robes are just like tattering
Yeah.
Away.
Absolutely. You can still. He's so determined, though. His dumbass is determined.
Well, I'm just gonna go like, come get me as I keep running away.
You can see he's so at his last legs. Tarvik.
Okay. I'm try something. Gonna see if it works. I'm gonna spend a channel divinity to do turn/destroy undead. On
Nice.
Skelly Wizard. I believe I'll post it here. So it's 30 feet. So I think I don't quite get Skelly Wizard, but I would get this one here for sure.
Let me do the measure.
I think you should be able to get within 30 feet of him.
Yeah,
Right, 'cause
if
they're-
you would
They're
allow
20 feet
me.
apart. So if you can
Yeah.
walk up to the Gloomer, you'll be able to get him.
Yeah, I guess I will do that. I'll spend
Mechanics
10
wise,
feet of movement.
don't even worry about the walking part. You'll just
Okay.
you can get him.
Okay.
Like I said, the squares are super tiny and they represent big space, so we're gonna fudge a little bit here.
Okay.
Always in favor of players, though, so
Mhm.
you can definitely get it.
Okay, so I believe it's wisdom saving throws from both of them.
All right. Give me 1 second. I feel like. Yeah, he does get advantage. Okay.
All right.
All right. So one is a fail. The Gloomer is an absolute fail.
Okay.
Yeah, the Skillet Wizard is a fail too, surprisingly.
Nice. Okay. So let's see.
They'll go
So
2.
nothing happens yet, but on their turns, the only thing they can do is spend their action moving as far away as possible from me.
Mhm.
I would also argue, and I don't want to assume, I'm also within 30 feet of the pit right now, correct?
Yeah.
So the one in the pit would also be affected by that.
All right. Yeah. Let me see.
Because it is trying to escape right now, and
It
I don't
is.
want it to, like, get out.
Right, and go the wrong direction.
Mhm.
Oh, that's an absolute fail. That's a natural 1. Yeah.
Gotcha. So all 3 of those are going to be spending their action to dash away, basically just for a bit.
Yeah, they'll go 2
and-
spaces.
And I guess Tarvik, seeing that, is gonna stay there for his turn and not take any opportunity attacks or anything like that. Oh, actually, you know what? They can take opportunity attacks because they can't take reactions. So Tarvik will move. I'll move over to here
Nice.
for now.
1 is also in a pit.
Yes. Well, what? Yes, but the one Gloomer I walked
The
right
one-
up
yeah,
to. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
All right. Okay, so with that, this is going to be a long-ish stuff that I don't think we can complete tonight. So I think we're going to, again, have to unfortunately end it during a battle sequence here. So we'll end for tonight.